saying, yeah. And then just like flip the image.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
All right. Okay, now you guys are all popping up. How are you guys all doing today?
Good.
Well, yeah, hanging in there.
Yep.
May the fourth be with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
May the fourth be with you all. All right. Before we get started, what side are you on?
Yes.
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 You know, the dark side, light side, you know, Mandalorians.
Yeah, I'd be like pretty neutral and all that. I think.
Yeah, I would have to say the same.
All right.
I'd just be like, you know,
I'm just saying.
graphic designer.
What?
Like, I don't give a shit if the Empire's paying me or the Republic, as long as I'm getting paid. You know,
Well-
who's ever in charge?
Well, technically, like after the Empire
Rebels.
fell, their credits don't work. So if you were getting paid by them, you wouldn't have any money.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it depends on what time frame. I
That's
guess
true.
we're setting ourselves in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm still waiting for that remaster of that Star Wars: The Old Republic.
It's not coming.
Yeah, I figured by now.
What, they cancel it?
Yep.
When?
Let me look it up.
Okay. Man,
That was a good game.
oh, I have it on the Switch. I just need to play it.
Oh, I was wrong.
What?
Apparently last August people started announcing
Announcing what?
the game isn't canceled.
It's,
Oh, okay, but it's not canceled, but development got moved to another studio. So it's still being worked on behind the scenes, but there's no official release or announcement at this time.
all right, that sounds interesting.
Hey, at least it's not like, fully gone. At least it's still happening.
Yeah, it's true. The first question that we have today. These are my good friends Sharky and BeaverTrap. BeaverTrap made the PNG tuber that I'm using today. I think I have his link in the Twitch. I set it up like a while ago, so
Oh,
if
yeah,
you guys,
it's down there.
yeah.
That's
So if you
awesome.
guys want to check it out,
Thank you.
he makes some really good art and
Well,
some
that
PNG
little
tubers.
Zelda too.
What?
Who did that little Zelda?
What Zelda?
The
Oh,
Zelda fox.
oh, is it on here?
It's cute.
Which Zelda Fox?
Didn't Sin make that for you like forever ago?
Are you talking about like the?
Just your little like
Little
schedule
background
rules
image.
donation.
Oh yeah,
kind of
Sen
thing.
made it like a long time ago. I had
Oh,
I
of
had
course
my
it's yeah. That's
Oh.
why I like it so much.
I was like, I was like, oh yeah, like one of my like when it's like Merlin the Fox, like new subscribers and all that, it's all Zelda themed too. It has like a little Triforce also. I love it. I just can't. I haven't come to myself to replace any of it because it's so amazing. Oh man, I can't wait for the new Zelda that comes out next week.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Just-
you got your special edition OLED in, didn't you?
Yeah, I made that purchase at like 12:15 this morning. Like not this morning, but like the 1st of May. I was like, should I buy it? And then I was like up at like midnight. I was doing like I just got finished with some school stuff, and I was like, yep, I'm buying it.
Nice. I used to have, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I don't, but I used to have the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I just
Wind Waker one.
oh I love my Wii U. I I've been on a spending spree of buying like old games. I have like one, two. I have like 6, 7 amiibos from the Legend of Zelda things. I paid so much money, and I got more coming. I finally caught some that were like $15 that they were reprinting, but I screwed up on the Wind Waker. I didn't catch it in time, so even if I want to get one of those, it's $100 on by scalpers and everything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have almost every Splatoon amiibo they made, except for the couple that they made for the third.
How
game,
is-
which, like, never even hit stores.
How is
around my area.
Splatoon? I've never played it.
I've never played it either. I just like the
Oh god.
Their
amiibos.
controllers are fucking sick. Those colors.
Yeah. Oh,
On the
that's true.
Wii?
I do have the Splatoon edition, the neon green and pink controllers.
Yeah, those ones are dope, dude.
Oh
Well, I just have like regular red and blue.
well, now I got like a special edition like controller thing, and it looks
Yeah,
so cool.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, they did a really nice job.
I hate my Oh no! Sorry guys. Sorry.
There you are. What happened?
Oh, my computer just freaked out and just shut off Discord.
Oh, that's strange.
My
weird.
my computer, I don't know. I need to get it either a new one or something, but it literally just black like kind of
First
like
update, maybe?
flickered and then it just kicked me out.
Oh, wow.
And now nothing is showing up. Yay. Okay. Hold on.
The reactive should load. You just gotta give it a minute.
Yeah. Well, while that loads, the first question on the board today is what first drew you to the Star Wars franchise? So,
We've answered this one first.
Well, shoot.
there we go. I got it.
Gosh, I was obviously a kid when I was attracted to it, and you know, I'd say like I liked all of Star Wars when I was a kid. I mean, we were a lot more limited too, because I'm obviously a little bit older here. So, you know, I was like Caravan of Courage. Like I was like, yeah, dude. Like I was rocking all the fucking Ewok stuff, man. I thought they were fucking cool as shit. You know.
And then you grew up.
You know, I still have a place in my heart for them.
Yeah, so do I.
You know, I being somebody who is, you know, like antiquated to a 4-foot beaver. Yeah, I'd say like I got a little bit of place in my heart for those Ewoks.
So, yeah. What first drove me to Star Wars is like when I was just a kid. Like my grandmother had like the 3 original Star Wars movies on VCR,
Mm-hmm.
and I just one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, and I just never stopped.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember also taking on that when, like, I remember watching all the originals, obviously, on VHS. And then when they came out, when George Lucas did the remakes, I remember going to see all 3 of those in the theater. And obviously, like, you know, they had their problems, but they did fund the way for, you know, the prequel movies. But that was like a really big event. The fact like they were like in theaters and they were doing like you know, all the digital remasters and stuff. I remember I think even winning tickets off the radio to some of those.
What were your
Shoot.
first impression when the prequels came out?
I mean, it was cool being able to see Star Wars on the big screen. I don't think like you know, like some things were weird. Obviously, that's when all the Han shot first started happening,
Really?
and yeah. Well, that's what he had changed is he had Guido shoot
Oh
first.
yeah.
You know, and then they added a lot of, and it's really hard to watch these days if you don't know this, but it's hard to watch the actual theatrical original movies, because even Disney has not re-released any of those, and the only movies that you can buy ever since they've been digitally altered are the remasters.
Because George doesn't want them to be.
Yeah,
exactly,
he's
and that
totally
was
against
all
that.
within the deal. So those are the Star Wars, whether you like it or not, unless you're watching like fan edits, which I do
Right.
have copies of those too,
Of course.
to get close to the theatrical release.
Oh,
Um,
have you guys
but
seen that like video on YouTube? It's like the Skywalker thing, and then they changed like they released all of the they like edited all the movies of all the movies all together.
No, I haven't.
Huh.
oh, I think I saw a little bit of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
Like
watch the whole
every
thing.
movie in the Skywalker saga and mashed them together.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a long ass video, though, isn't it?
Just give me 1 second. I don't know if it's picking up my audio now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's doing it. When that screen just filtered, it just screwed everything up. We still have audio. I don't know what happened, but you know.
Yeah, it's Discord for you.
Yeah. What about you, Sharky? What brought you into Star Wars?
Lego.
Lego
Star Wars are pretty dope.
It was the summer of 1999, and little 5-year-old me got a mail-in catalog because Lego doesn't do it so much anymore, but something Lego used to do every couple months is they would do something called Shop at Home service where they'd mail you a catalog of like, you know, so spring's coming, here's a Shop at Home catalog of the spring wave for this year, something like that. And of course, 99 was the first year that Lucasfilm and Lego did a brand dealing, and it was the first year of Lego Star Wars. And the first set that I ever had was it was the little hover carrier that carried the battle droids. And I had a couple of those. My brother had a couple of the original trilogy sets, which were like the little small $5 ones that had like 2 minifigures and then a micro build to build like a little diorama.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, because it was 99, the prequels started kicking off, and the whole Phantom Menace hype, you know, just like blew up.
I was only one in 1999, so I don't know how that makes all of you feel.
Well, I was like a full-fledged teenager, so
like once I got to really experience Star Wars, it was like after everything happened. So
Right.
which was perfect for me because I couldn't see like everybody, like I couldn't see like all the negative stuff before kind of watching it at the same time. So I was kind of like, oh, these lightsaber battles are pretty cool.
yeah, and I think that's what really separates our Star Wars generations is that you know, by the time the prequels started hitting, I was a little bit older. I thought they were okay, but like, you know,
weren't really designed for your generation.
they weren't. Yeah, they weren't designed for they weren't designed for me. They were designed for you guys. You know, just like how I said, I grew up 80s hit Caravan of Courage, and I'm like, fucking Ewoks are cool, you know, like, and I'm down with that shit. I was that generation that shit was for, you know, that like, hey, let's get the kids in it with like some fucking Ewok shit. We can still push these Ewoks a little bit farther. We had the Michael Jackson ride at fucking like
Disneyland?
at Disneyland, because that's as close as they could get at that point.
What was
to,
that
like
ride?
a Star Wars kind of thing with their Space Mountain, of course. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was always in there.
What was the Michael Jackson ride like? To be fair,
So it was like a 3D experience, and I mean, I remember sitting in it, being a kid, and like shit was popping out at my face, like coming out at me, and I was just like, this is the greatest fucking thing. This is like I thought this was movie history. Like this is gonna happen. Like this is what this is the future. And like it took them years to start doing like stuff with 3D, and it's like what Avatar 3D, and I'm like, yeah, it just kind of looks like the pictures like behind it a little bit. Like, what happened to the shit popping out at your face, man?
Yeah.
Because like the Michael Jackson ride had that, and I was like that like I remember that. And speaking of which, going back to that trip to Disneyland when I was a kid, there was a Darth Vader mask that they were selling in the store, and I wanted that so bad. And my mom was like, "Well, let me go talk to the guy in the store," and she went in there, and then she came out, and she was like, "This little redhead kid bought the last one, but he'll let you try it on." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I don't want to try it on. I want a Darth Vader helmet. Like this is bullshit." And like he let me try it on and everything, and like it made me want it even more. And then I think kind of since that day, I had a thing against gingers because I was like, that motherfucker bought the last one.
Well,
But really, it was my mom just not wanting to like spend all that money on a Darth Vader helmet. So she like, you know,
Created a racial vendetta.
yeah, exactly.
well, it's a good time to
Exactly.
mention my hair's not ginger that much
What a
anymore.
terrible time to
No, I'm
mention
fine.
it.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Unless you
it's
were that
true.
kid. Do you have a
No.
Darth Vader? No, you were.
I
You were
was here-
born
No, he's
years
not a
later.
time
It could
jumper,
not
you're
have
fine.
been you.
I could have been a
Maybe
time
your
traveler.
dad.
You never know. No, my dad's not.
Maybe.
My dad never had red hair. My mom didn't either. I was the only one that.
All right.
I'm just saying I could be a time traveler. You never know.
But yeah,
Today
that
is the
is
reason.
that is a very early on Star Wars memory that I have that will haunt me to the day I die. That I never got a Darth Vader helmet.
They were
And I
selling.
wanted, it was so badass.
They were selling them at Disneyland. I thought they had
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like.
because Space Mountain,
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah.
So that was like the one thing that they had about Star Wars that before
Yeah, people
before
were
they
all
finally
like,
got to buy it over. That was the one thing that they were able to have, and they always wanted it.
Have you guys
So
been on?
personally, I thought they're doing okay with the custodial, you know,
I
property of
yeah.
it.
Like I haven't
I have
really
my
experienced too many.
issues with it, but I do like a lot of things that they do.
Yo, yeah.
You know,
Uh,
so I don't want to like get too far into like talking about stuff without you asking questions and
well,
stuff.
that's gonna be kind of later anyway. So just let them tease for a little bit for.
let him cook.
Yeah, let it cook. Let them cook. Oh my God, those TikToks. Let them cook. Oh man, there's
Let him cook.
just going off the base. Which Star Wars film is your favorite and why?
And we're talking strictly movies.
That's what I wrote. Movies, but I think
Okay,
I
I
talk
just
about
wanna- I just
TV
wanna make
shows
sure.
later.
Okay, well, hang on. How about we segregate that into two questions?
Okay.
Which is your favorite film, and which is your favorite series, and why? How about that? Make it a little easier.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Let's start with Sharky first.
Ooh. So my favorite would have to be Attack of the Clones, and I know it's not gonna.
I don't like sand.
Out
It's
of all
coarse
three
and rough.
Out of all three prequels, everybody's always like, "Oh, Attack of the Clones is the worst one." Blah 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 blah. But like, when you think about it, Attack of the Clones is like the movie that started setting like Emperor Palpatine's plans in motion even
thought-
further than the first movie. Because the first movie, it's kind of hinted at like, "Oh, this dude's evil as shit. He's got some stuff going on behind closed doors." And then the second movie, it really just like takes that to a whole nother step where you find out like he placed an order for Grand Army of the Republic in a dead Jedi's name. Blah blah blah.
Well, we don't know the Jed like who he really was until he was dead. Until later, he was lost until the Clone Wars show.
Right. But obviously, you know, like episode 2 introduced Jango Fett, Tim Morrison. I got a lot of love for Tim Morrison. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fantastic actor. And even though Django didn't have all that much screen time back in the day, from Dark Horse Comics, there is a miniseries.
I would
that talks
say
about Django and all that.
if you want to
So it
talk,
made
I
me
have
love it.
I do have a Star Wars question about spin-off media like books, comics, and all that. If you want to talk about it a little more, then
Yeah, I'll save
just
the
let it
comic
cook
stuff
for a
that.
minute. Let them,
Yeah, we'll let it simmer.
yeah.
Come back to that in a second.
Um, how I always wonder, like the people who watched the originals and then watched the prequels, they already knew what Palpatine was gonna do, but how did that feel?
It
Like,
felt it felt like, and I know storytelling back then it didn't necessarily have this whole idea behind it, but especially nowadays, there's this whole ideology of like, okay, so this happened. Here's every step that led to that point, and here's how many other people it affected. So it gives you like a more broad picture.
Yeah, definitely. With the prequels, it kind of opened up the universe, I think. Whereas, it was always a pretty big universe from what we saw if we're going based on the original trilogy.
Mm.
Um, but the prequels it did kind of open up the what the universe was. Then all the Clone Wars stuff and everything going there. It really did, and we didn't see where we saw a lot of different races. We didn't see a lot of backgrounds, I think, to those races as much as the prequels opened
oh
up.
yeah,
With something like that.
okay.
Mandalorians,
Um,
cough, cough.
you know, but I'd say my favorite obviously has to be Return.
Right
I
there
think
with you.
when you go with Return, um, you for me, I mean the originals are always going to be the most special ones in my
Of
heart.
course.
Um,
Right.
I love them. That's what I grew up with. It's the original trilogy, but Return was something so good because at that point you have Luke more coming into place with who he is in the universe, more accepting. You have the relationship with Han and Leia has kind of like really uh got to that big point in there. Everybody all the characters and with all the stakes on there, you know, it's just
Right.
a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
And
I'm
yeah,
Uh, yeah.
tempted to go see it now that it's. I don't know if it was what's. Do we have to
yeah,
sort
they
of
I believe they have that in theaters right now.
Yeah,
yeah for the 40th
Return of the
anniversary,
Jedi.
but it's
Yeah,
for a limited time.
Yeah.
I watched it on the 28th.
And it's I'm guessing it's the special edition version, right?
The one with
It's whatever the
Hayden
last.
Christensen.
Yeah.
One,
It's
yeah.
whatever the last remaster
Yeah,
was.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I have to
Which
say,
I'll tell you
like
what though.
some of the things have a place in my heart. It's not like E.T. where, they took all the machine guns and replaced them with walkie-talkies and everything like
or like
that.
in like four kids where they just remove the gun and have the finger.
Yep.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Well,
Oh,
like show like
Pokemon.
oh he's holding his
Oh
finger.
yeah, and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Pokemon had that as well, but that got removed relatively.
He's-
Actually, I think back then, I think they didn't even air that episode because there's an episode where Ash goes into a Poke shop and he gets threatened at gunpoint and he panics and runs out of the Poke shop.
I have never
I
seen
don't
that
even think they aired
episode.
that episode.
I've never seen it.
Never seen
You
it.
can find it online if you look it up. But
Probably.
anyways, that's getting sidetracked.
Well, most podcasts get sidetracked anyway, so.
Fair enough.
But my favorite movie, I don't mean to like copy off of Beaver, but my favorite movie of all is The Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious. I don't know why
Hey, no
Sharky
need-
is
We don't
weird.
need to- Yeah.
Well, like I can understand like Attack of the Clones, like you kind of see the fall of Anakin starting to happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. He makes
Yeah,
some
like-
valid points. He
but
makes some
with
valid points,
Return
but
of
it's
the Jedi-
obviously Return.
Yeah, like Return, it's like you see
Return
the
is a close second
culmination
for me,
of like
sure.
what Luke was basically training to be like in the last two. You see like
Not only that, but he kind of goes dark. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
I
no, no,
kind
I
of
was-
feel like He
Let's
goes
be
to the
honest,
dark
He
side.
was literally
after that
force
fucking-
choking.
Really lives up to that last name.
He was force choking those creatures in the beginning of the movie when he was
Oh
walking
yeah,
into Jabba the
dude.
Hutt.
He's
He
like
was force
wearing
choking.
all black and shit. He's fucking got the robot
Oh, yeah.
hand. I mean, like,
It was
I
like a-
was pretty damn sure that after that shit, he went to the dark side.
Well, I don't know if the comic books are like canon anymore, but there was a period of time where he actually had his Darth Vader's lightsaber, his father's lightsaber, but you know the Darth Vader one.
I think I
Where-
remember that. Yeah.
He literally got turned. Palpatine was a clone. I don't know why people were surprised about Rise of Skywalker was the clone thing, but the
I think it
clone
was just the fact that got poorly written in.
it did, but they announced the Palpatine thing in Fortnite where he sent his message in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Not releasing it anywhere else, just Fortnite. And this was like a time period where I was never really going to play Fortnite until like later on, and I was like, I did not know
I should
that.
Play Fortnite right now with all the lightsabers.
I know.
So good.
I haven't got a chance to
Rough
play it
real.
yet.
You haven't? Oh,
No.
dude, Merlin. It's
probably
like
gonna
if
be
you
playing
like the
after this if you
lightsabers
want to.
before. Yeah.
Oh,
if you
I
like
was-
the lightsabers before. Like like last time they put them in, they had nerfed them. This time they like
nerfed them.
upped them. This time they upped them, and the feel of them so good. And then they gave you like force powers, and
Oh
you're
my
just
God.
like,
I know, but I've been.
it's so good.
To be fair, I've been distracted with Jedi Survivor. I finished it, and I was.
Oh,
I've
nice,
been,
nice. I have not played it.
I know. I'm
have
not trying to
played
spoil it. It's only on.
You're
I-
fine. No, you're totally fine. You're fine.
I'm
It's-
worried about. I'm
I'm
not going to
PC,
spoil it for
so
you.
it's gonna be a while before
Yeah.
I want to pick it up.
They
with,
need to work
all the
better with
problems
the
it's
PC
had.
ports on, with all the games that's been coming out lately on PC. None of them
Yeah.
have gone well.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's been pretty bad. I was really excited to pick up The Last of Us, and I ended up not getting that. You know, which was like, dude, I mean, how many years did
I'll be
you
right
have
back
to
real
work
fast.
on that for a port? So yeah, just not my. I wasn't excited about that, and yeah, when I heard Jedi Survivor kind of was having the same issues, not too thrilled to pick any games up.
Yeah. Can't say I blame you on that front.
Is that on like the EA Access?
I think it was.
Hmm.
Or no, it wasn't. You could like pre-download it, but no, you weren't allowed to play it until launch.
Oh, but like I mean like it's like they have that monthly thing,
Oh yeah.
and I think like isn't it attached like if you have
Game Pass.
the Game Pass, then you have the EA Pass too.
Oh shit!
I'm just wondering if it's on there because I remember Survivor was on it originally, or not Survivor. The original was originally on it.
I just accidentally spilled the soda. I'll be right back.
Oh man, yeah, clean it up. Yeah, give us some Star Trek stuff, or
I don't
Star
know
Wars
nothing
stuff.
about
I'm
Star
sorry,
Trek.
Star Wars stuff. I didn't mean Trek. I'm a secret Trekkie. God damn it! I'm trying not to mention Trek, and it just happened.
Shit happens.
Host leaves, and I'm fucking all right. Let's take this over. It's Trek
derail
talk
this
now.
bitch.
All Trek, all the time. I meant Star Wars. Give us some Star Wars stuff. What do you want to talk about while we're waiting for him to clean soda up?
How about how much I'm enjoying the Star
All right.
Wars event? Oh, that was fast.
That event is great. When the prequels came out, you know they had a whole thing with like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell
Taco Bell.
and
Yep.
KFC, and
I
you could get
actually vividly remember the Taco Bell promotion.
You
because
could
there was
get
one
these
night we went out
cups.
there and
I
did it.
need those cups.
it was like you need those cups because
I know.
guess who has the entire fucking set
Oh my
of
god.
fucking
Of course you do.
of prequel cups because I mentioned to my mom once that I thought the cups were cool, and then like for Christmas that year she gave me like all of them. Like she literally went out to all the restaurants and was like, I gotta get these cups. and
Yeah,
now I have all the cups.
yeah, because
So,
It is
Sharky
amazing.
sent me like pictures of the droid cups that and like in the thing that pulls out with all the cups, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
and
need
get
this
this.
immediately.
Get this. That was only available in China at certain theaters on the midnight premiere.
they
For The
just did
Phantom
some
Menace.
stuff recently like that with the D&D movie.
I was so
They
pissed.
did. I heard about that.
I went to go watch the D&D movie like April 1st. It was like 2 days after the release date,
Mm-hmm.
and like like online they were like, "Oh yeah, we have the popcorn things." I go there and they're like, "Nah, we don't have them."
Oh, lame.
I was just
I'll
like,
tell you what. Not to get too far derailed, but like when the new Transformers movie comes out,
"Oh
if
God."
AMC or like any other theater is doing like a tie-in promotion where you can get like a popcorn bucket or whatever, I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah. I watched the Transformers movies, not all of them, but I do like it.
I'm excited for this new one. This new one cannot come out fast enough.
I don't want to upset anybody that's sitting right next to me, so I refrain to say what
You're
I feel
just
about
sitting
this
next to Sharky. I'm on the other side of Sharky, so you know.
I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's not gonna hurt my feelings.
movie. I don't like it.
The way he was just like,
See,
I don't
was
like it.
That hard.
it was. Okay. Well, going back to like the Return of the Jedi, I think it was like the perfect culmination of good versus evil. Like, it was like we finally got I don't know. We finally got to a point where we actually got to see like. I kind of like once I watched all the movies all in order, I was kind of like we finally got to see the rise, and we saw the fall. You know, 2 was kind of like the rise of Anakin. Then third one to like 5 was the fall, and then the
Yeah,
sixth one we finally.
spoilers. He throws Darth Vader throws the Emperor off into the abyss of what nothing.
You know how many times I've seen like on Twitter the last couple weeks, just like oh spoilers. Darth Vader throws the Palpatine down
Yeah,
the
like,
like.
I don't understand why people are spoiler alerting a movie that came out 40 years ago.
Well, it's the joke. Because, like some people are like, all right, some people have never watched Return of the Jedi.
Well, they probably shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
If you're watching this podcast and you've never watched Star Wars, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should
It's
probably
your
stop
fault.
this podcast
Yes.
right now.
Go watch all.
Go watch Star Wars and then watch the VOD of this podcast after.
Yeah, this podcast will actually. I'm gonna probably put it straight on YouTube. Like they have like
Nice.
I don't know if it's still on Twitch, but you can like immediately just place your thing on YouTube. I'm probably gonna get copyright strike for not strike, but like since I'm not a partner or make any money off of it, I don't get strikes. I just get warnings.
Yeah, you may face having it just completely removed without your volition.
Yeah, I can change the audio at that point too. I've learned how to do that. I've been kind of like.
Thankfully, YouTube Studio allows you to like edit that stuff out so you can avoid it.
There was nobody
All you have to do
talking
is
at
just
that
edit out the
beginning.
opening with
Yeah,
the
like
music.
the beginning was nobody was talking anyway. So
You'll be fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well-
Don't worry about it.
I do have to say, the final battle between Vader and Luke was actually the most important battle, because if Luke would have turned at that moment, the universe was fucked.
Yeah.
True.
Just like from an observation, the universe was fucked. Like he would have made sure that the Emperor got out alive. Vader would have been dead. A more powerful Skywalker with the dark side is not a good idea.
No.
This time, at least, Luke didn't have younglings. Oh my god, I can't pronounce it. Younglings to kill, at least.
That actually brings up an interesting point that never really gets discussed. Kind of shown in the sequel trilogy, but not really, is that like Vader's children were supposed to be supposedly more powerful than him, and outside of books that are no longer canon, it's never really fleshed out how strong Luke and in turn Leia really are.
Well, we have like the new canon stuff. We are starting to see kind of Luke's power and all
The
that.
new canon stuff for sure, like
Yeah, you see
like
that,
in the Last
and you
Jedi.
see how
They
Leia is very in tune with the Force too. I think by the end, like that is kind of shown. It's just not shown in like, the fact that like I was used to reading books of like Luke and Leia's kids and fucking
Oh, yeah.
and they're going around and doing stuff and being awesome and not I don't mean like Luke and Leia like they're I mean Luke was watching Leia's kids and it was like Leia and Han's kid.
Right.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean like, to pull up like, the whole
yeah, don't worry about
first episode 3 or episode 4 shit.
oh my I want to read the novelizations of the book because they give out so much more information. Like there was like a quote from the book talking more about how it talks more about the betrayal that Obi-Wan kind of felt, and I think I sent a TikTok about it to you, Sharky. I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
And I it was like there was like this quote. It's like there's a moment where you realize there was no dragon, there was no Darth Vader. It was just you, Anakin Skywalker, who did all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
something the Obi-Wan series could have added just a little bit of finesse to, because like at the beginning, Obi-Wan's having a nightmare of like the past, and they use a bunch of audio from the prequel movies leading up to him leaving Anakin on Mustafar. I feel like they could have done a little bit more and see like how much Obi-Wan was truly suffering with what he had done.
well, we do see signs of it later, a little bit later on.
Right.
We see like the PSD that was left. He didn't know that Anakin was still alive when when the Inquisitor. I forget her name at the moment.
I mean, he found out real quick.
Yeah. She was literally like, when the look of panic on his face when she was like, Anakin Skywalker is still alive. And like, I think he had a moment right there, but we flashed over to Darth Vader. We see Anakin in the back to tank. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was a dope reveal there. Like,
yeah, it really
I
was.
mean, we obviously, as the audience and watching it for years, we know that. But the reveal to him and the way, like, I mean, let's be honest, like, Ewan McGregor was made for that role.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
Unlike some people that we know that says it's not.
Who says that? I don't know.
Alec Guinness.
Sherbs?
No,
Really?
not
You don't
Sherbs.
like it? You don't
Sherbs have
Sherbs
mentioned.
does not like Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, like he is. Yeah, he is mentioned multiple times to us. That's why I'm calling him out right now. Ewan McGregor was made for that.
He's so good in that role. I mean, honestly, Ewan McGregor's fucking great at everything. But like, I don't need to like start breaking down his amazing career.
We're not calling anybody
Not
out.
just
We
a
love you all
podcast,
the
but
same. We love you all the same. We're just judging you a bit.
I'm judging him right now. He's judged
A bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
No, but
But no, he's so good in that role, and I think not only that, but like he really like grew into the role, where maybe when he was younger, he was like a little bit more loose with it, but like where he's at right now, and that whole like series, and I thought they did a great job throughout that one. I mean, I had a little bit of issues, but it's mainly like my issues with child actors and how I just don't like them.
The Leia actress wasn't
It
terrible.
wasn't even that young.
She wasn't
She wasn't that
terrible, but she
bad.
wasn't
Like
that bad.
I've
She was
watched Sweet Tooth, okay? So like, I can sit through it, but I'm like an old fart now and I got to complain. I'm like, "Oh, these fucking kids are ruining everything."
well,
Well, I mean, to
what do
be
you guys?
fair, with the children in Sweet Tooth, Robert Downey's giving him a chance to, like, like this is their.
Robert
Not, I
Downey's in
wouldn't
that
call it a
movie,
breakout
in that
role.
series. I have never watched
What?
Sweet Tooth.
No, Robert Downey Jr. is directing.
Well, yeah, I
He
didn't. I
directed
didn't even know
Sweet
that.
Tooth?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yep.
I did not know that. I was
That's cool. I mean,
It's
like
made
some of the
it's
kids are
made
good.
under-
I'm not saying all the kids are bad. I'm just like,
It's
no.
made
I,
under his independent studio.
it's all right.
Oh.
It's they did a pretty good job on that
Yeah.
show.
I
They
like.
did.
But-
The second season came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I need to.
I watched it. Kid
but-
actors.
Oh yeah.
No.
But I have to say, the final confrontation between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader before they met again in Episode 4 that we know of, I think that lightsaber battle was actually one of the best ones that came out.
I also think it was the most important in terms of seeing how Obi-Wan no longer considers Anakin Anakin. He refers to him as Darth.
Thank you for the.
That point out because he realizes that the Anakin that he loved and in his mind betrayed truly did die back on Mustafar.
And he
Yeah.
finally accepted that, I think.
And he, in his own way, accepted his part in that and from then on calls him Darth or refers to him as Darth because he's not Anakin.
I just want to say thank you for the follow, Freckled Bount. Thank you. Sorry.
Wow.
No, but yeah.
That was the anime statement.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you completely on that, but the way that the lightsaber battle was like, you saw flashes of episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, like the fighting there, and then like, you saw Obi-Wan like in his original Form 3 stance, defense, and then toward when the second part of that fight happens, he's actually using Form 4.
Switches it up a little bit.
Yeah.
God damn it, Wiz.
Well, hey, there you go. You did the redeem.
But
roll.
you did
Yeah.
it. There you go.
I need to change these, man. These are so idiotic. I like shout out, timeout, modify single karaoke time, add time, timeout somebody else.
Somebody hit karaoke time, please.
No, please don't. I
Yeah,
need
we
to
gotta
change
figure
the
out some new ones.
I need to change the profile picture too.
Yeah, I mean that fight scene was probably one of the best lightsaber battles in the entire franchise. I have
Well,
to say,
wouldn't
like,
that.
I think there's some really good ones. I'm saying it's like really
I'm-
up there in
Yeah.
top fights, especially when you look at it in the recent top fights for and the
Yes.
meaning like behind it too, because not just the fight in itself, but the way he was saying like the different kind of styles he kind of goes through as he does it, and the way that he's fighting him and the reasons
Right.
that he's fighting him.
Oh yeah.
I think it kind of ends up in like top battles,
And
especially in recent.
It's in my
terms.
top 5.
Yeah,
easily.
definitely. Yeah, top 5. Yeah. Spoiler alert if anybody hasn't watched the show, but when they included, I'm gonna wait a couple seconds so they can mute. When they included the Force Ghost as Qui-Gon Jinn, like a lot of people were questioning, oh, how did he, become a Force Ghost when in the original like Clone Wars, he's like, oh, I can't manifest myself. I'm only just a voice. They actually released a book. I'm not sure what it's called, but it tells that Qui-Gon continued learning how to put his presence back into the Force, so that one day he would be able to help Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
thought that was kinda
I
cool.
kind of thought they did that really nicely too at the end.
did.
Honestly, just the way that he's like, kind of standing there like it's about time.
Oh
like
yeah,
I've been fucking waiting for you, bro.
everybody was waiting for this moment. I have to agree.
And the fact that they got that in there, it worked, and it worked really well. There's a lot of things in that show, particularly, that worked really well.
Hmm.
Like, just, I mean, opening up with, like, slaying the little younglings.
Oh my god, did
Um,
you see when Darth Vader just like literally killed a child on like walking and like trying to find Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
He just
Kids
snapped their
laying in the
neck like
street, just their force snaps his neck.
like holy crap. I was like damn.
That is another thing that I really, really enjoyed about that miniseries. You got to see Prime Vader, like Anakin
yeah,
at his
Oh yeah.
absolute worst in the best way. He
yeah.
took an entire carrier shuttle and single-handedly slammed it back to the ground,
That
and
was
then
that was
tore it in half
that was the
because he
most
thought Obi
badass.
Wan was in it.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
And then like the Inquisitor I think her name's Rava, right?
Re-
Riva.
Is it Reva?
Something. Second
It's
sister?
something like that.
Yeah, like the way
No,
she
no
like
offense
tries to
to the
challenge
character at
Vader at
all.
that moment, it was just like you're not winning this at all. And the disrespect
No.
that he gave her, like he took his like her lightsaber and just snapped it in half and like I'm fighting with your lightsaber.
The way that he does that though, like the way that he takes her lightsaber and is just like fucking here, hands yours over and makes her fight him, and then just takes back the lightsaber
Yeah.
like
The
he didn't even
sheer
have to do
disrespect.
any of it, just none of it,
Oh
and he's
man.
just like, come on, let's
He was,
go.
yeah, he was just straight up playing with her,
So
showing,
brutal, man, so
which
brutal.
in a way was a lesson that she needed to learn because it made her realize, like, no matter what she thought she was going to accomplish, it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, no,
No,
it
Because
no,
wasn't.
there's no way
she was
she was gonna.
playing a foolish game, and at the end of it all, she played herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I was just like, yeah, like as soon as I saw that she tried to like attack him, I was like, yeah, no, she's. I thought she was originally gonna die. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought as well.
I was like, oh, she's dead.
Uh,
She tried to
but
fuck around with Vader.
it's good to know she's now, I guess, just gonna be a hermit on Tatooine somewhere. It's like
I would want to know more what she's planning on doing. Like, I wouldn't mind
I
seeing
think
like a
the
comic
only
or something.
other thing I've seen of her is there was a Lego Star Wars special that came out. I think it was a summer special or something like that. Yeah,
I,
I don't remember what it was, but she was in it, and she was living in exile on Tatooine with Obi-Wan, and like her and Obi-Wan are getting chased down by like Boba Fett to some party or whatever.
oh
Obviously, it's not
yes,
canon, it's
I've
Lego,
seen clips of that.
but like that's the only time I've seen Reva ever after the Obi-Wan series.
Oh man. Well, maybe they'll do
I
like.
could see Obi-Wan like doing a mission or two with her, you know. Then maybe like be like, yeah, you could crash on my couch for a little bit, just like don't try anything.
Oh, and then like later on, it's like, yeah, you gotta let go. I got a movie to be a part of. Bye.
Right.
Um.
Now, something I would like to see touched on, and uh, Katie Sackhoff, aka Bo-Katan. I am the 2%, if you know what that means.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, Katie Sackhoff, yes.
She
paying
said
attention.
in an interview recently
Starbuck.
that she wanted to see more on Satine.
Definitely. 100%.
And someone was saying that, I think it was Kate Blanchett. She was saying she wanted to see Kate Blanchett as a live action Satine.
Like, there's so much.
And like, I stand by that. I think that's a good idea.
There's so
I
much.
would love to see.
So much we don't know about Satine. We saw her in the Clone Wars, but there's so much they can touch up on. You can literally go back
Well,
to like.
there's some in a there's stuff in a novel, but again, the novel is no longer canon. It was a novel where Qui-Gon and a younger than Episode 1, Obi-Wan go to, I believe they take a mission to Mandalore, and
Yes.
the mission involves her in some way. I can't remember what.
They had to protect her.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank
It-
you. They had to protect
It
her.
would be really, really cool if they could pull her into it, and then they somehow could convince Obi-Wan come back, like Ewan McGregor come back and do some Obi-Wan
Ewan McGregor has said multiple
with
times
like
he's down to do
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm pretty sure Ewan's on board at this point. Like, all
like
they have to do is just ask.
like it would be really really cool to see them start like in the universe that they built up, like with the Mandalorians and everything, and especially everything that they've got going now, to see them kind of strike out in like that area where all of a sudden they do start bringing more legacy characters back into it, and like touching up, like I
I
mean
mean,
they're not
hey,
afraid to do that. They haven't
we're
shied away from
finally
it.
getting Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh my god, the Ahsoka series, I can't wait. Oh, I've been waiting for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Oh
I
man, like
mean, she was really good in season 2.
Yeah, she was.
I'm super excited to see more of the character, especially now that she's all grown up and just like badass. And
Yeah.
of
have you
course,
watched
fucking-
Rebels? Star Wars
Yeah.
Rebels? Yeah. No, I was like, I can't wait to kind of
Yeah,
see.
we've gotten to see her in a Clone Wars world. Gotten to see her in a what's the word? Not pre, because that's before. What's the mid Empire? That's it. We've got to see her Clone Wars. Got to see her mid Empire. Now we're getting to see her post Empire.
Well, we did hear her voice in Rise of Skywalker talking to Rey.
True, but that was Ashley Eckstein.
Yes. Well, I know, but it's like,
Speaking of, oh, go ahead.
well, no, I was just saying.
Oh, I
You
was
know.
just to say Ashley Eckstein. Sam, I can't remember his last name. The guy
Whitaker?
who plays Anakin in Clone
Oh
Wars.
no, Sam, somebody else. Yeah. I was like, you're.
And no, not Sam Witwer,
Yeah.
not Maul. Oh
I
my
was
god,
like-
if Sam Witwer was going to my local Comic-Con, I would lose my marbles. But Ashley, Sam, and the guy who plays Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars cartoon are all going to be at my local Comic-Con this year.
Oh, I'm
I'm
jealous.
so excited.
I got you. Hold on, let me look up the voice actor. James Earl Taylor for Obi-Wan
Thank you.
Kenobi. Let me do Anakin also. My Comic Con, I don't know who's going to that one this year, but I know for like the Game On Expo that's happening, there's some like pretty good voice actors coming. I think the guy who does Uncharted and like video game, like when the main character for that, he's gonna be in it too. He's coming too. I don't remember his name. Matt Lainter.
Yeah,
I'm
that's his
probably
name.
pronouncing it completely wrong.
Oh, I said Sam, didn't I? I meant Matt.
Tom Kane is the narrator. Catherine Tabor is the Padme Amidala. D. Bradley Baker is Captain Rex.
Now there is somebody I would absolutely love to meet as
Oh,
well.
yes.
It's a shame that he's not coming.
Oh, did you know that the Obi-Wan series and Jedi Survivor take place in the same year?
Yep.
I did not know
Oh,
that.
do they?
Until I did not know that.
I didn't realize that.
No. Not this.
I
I'm not.
kinda figured that when
Yep.
when they showed the Fortress Inquisitorius, because Jedi. What was the name of the first one?
Jedi Survivor. Fallen Order.
Yeah, thank you. Fallen Order was the first time we had ever heard about the Inquisitors having like a base of operation.
Oh yeah. I think Jedi
And then-
Jedi Fallen Order was really good.
Yeah.
Fallen Order was really good.
And whenever you guys get a chance to play Jedi Survivor, it's off the charts.
Yeah, I've heard really good things. I've kind of
I've heard some
not
really
looked
good things
too far into it, but
I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I know you.
I'll wait till they
Yeah.
get a couple patches out.
Yeah, once you guys got to play it, I'm down to talk about it. It is amazing.
Me personally, I'm probably gonna wait for a sale on it, only because AAA title game.
Isn't
AAA
it already on
prices-
sale?
Is it?
Yeah, there was like it's already been down like $20 on Amazon, I believe. I don't know. It's already going on
That
sale
might
in
be for
places.
physical copies though.
I
I don't know. I could take a
Yeah,
look. I'll take
it's
a look.
about $69.99
Yeah,
on
that's still
Steam
a bit
right now.
steep for me.
That's pretty
Warranted,
steep.
warranted,
Yeah,
because
no, I'm not saying it's not. Just
but for me personally, like when it comes to AAA titles anymore, like it needs to have a certain something that like really reels me in to want to pay that full price or even like pre-order it. Like Sonic Frontiers, when that as soon as that was available for pre-purchase on Steam, pre-purchased immediately.
I
Now, obviously, Sonic and Star Wars are two different things, but I'm saying like in that context, there needs to be like that kind of pull for me.
I have played Sonic Frontiers. I got to the last island. I'm at the like last ending part. I just haven't finished it yet.
That's exactly where I am as well. I
I
need to
just like
actually.
I never got to that part. I was just like,
I do need to get back into that game and finish it, especially now that the DLCs, the free LCs, are coming out this year.
oh, I did not know that. All right,
Yep,
next
so
Steam
question.
what
is
game was that?
doing three
Uh,
free DLCs.
Sonic Frontier.
Okay.
A lot
Sonic
of people are.
Frontiers, it's the new game
Yeah,
that
yeah,
came
yeah,
out
yeah.
last
I
November.
remember.
All right, the next question is, who is your favorite Star Wars character and why?
I'm gonna let Bees answer this because everybody who knows me already knows my answer. I can't answer that.
Oh, my favorite Star Wars character?
Yeah.
God, man, that's a really hard one.
Well, you can
Cause
say
like,
the top couple if you want. I'm just.
it's not even just like the top couple. It's like, I mean, what are we talking about? Like,
How do you
I
pick?
mean, when I was a kid, and this is like when we didn't know anything about anything. Like the prequels didn't happen and nothing like that, bro. Like
Oh
Boba
yeah.
Fett all the way. Like Boba Fett. Like that. I would like die hard Boba Fett. Like thought he was the
Yeah,
coolest. Like
my
you didn't know
guy.
anything about Mandalorians even. Like that shit didn't really exist.
Yeah.
Like if you like wanted to learn a little bit about it, you were like scrubbing the internet for these like weird like GeoCity websites and being like, "Whoa," like fucking finding out new shit about that. When I was a kid, like Boba Fett, you didn't know nothing about it. Like I mean, there's so many different avenues now that you could go down, and so many different things like you could touch upon. Like I gotta say, as slow as it was, I really enjoyed like Andor so much. Like, and I really ended up liking that character a lot more by the end of it, than I did the first time I saw the movie. What was it? Rogue?
Rogue
Was it
One.
Rogue One?
Yeah, Rogue
Yeah,
One.
Rogue One, like, and I really enjoyed that series, even though it was like it took like 3 episodes for fucking something to happen every time. You're like, God damn it, dude! Like it's taking forever, but like
That
it had that time to stretch out, and it was really nice, and it was a very adult and very different kind of Star Wars, something that like we haven't really seen too much of before. This whole different side. I mean, but like then you got the Mandalorian, which like, come on, man, like it's so great, and everything about like that character and the way that that show's run has been just so good.
Oh yes.
But you know, then I look back and I'm like, I'm a huge Han fan. Like I can't just pick like one character, bro.
All right.
Like I can't do it. Like I don't have a favorite when it comes down to like
Um.
like character wise. Like I just can't. I can't. And then I didn't even like touch up on like any dark side characters,
Oh.
man. Like
I
come on,
my top. Like I can't really
stresses
say.
me out to even
Yeah.
think about it.
Like my like. I don't. I have a whole bunch of favorites, but like my top two have to be Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker.
solid choices.
Solid choices, yeah.
Yeah.
Solid choices.
Like me personally, like I saw Obi-Wan like as the mentor, and then when
Lando is the goat. Yeah, you're
yeah,
you're right, man. You're right.
Billy
Lando
D.
is the shit, dude. He didn't give a fuck
Billy D.
either.
Did you? Yeah, I found the meme when you. I found this meme and like I posted it in like the general chat, but I found the meme about Andor as soon as you were talking about it. It was kind of hilarious. I just saw something pop up and I was like, "What the heck?" Lando is the guy. Hey, Sherbs.
He just shoots.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
Sherbs.
it took it like Andor was good, but it took every time something to happen, it was like nothing happened for 3 episodes. Like, it was just like,
Oh yeah.
like there was a little bit that went, just like it was very long and drawn out, but it was also very good.
Oh.
And I can't deny how good it was, even though it felt really long and drawn out.
I know. I was like, I saw that as soon as like as you were talking about it. I was like, I have the best. This is hilarious. Nothing much, Sherbs. We definitely weren't judging you earlier about your Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor choice for Obi-Wan. Oh, don't worry about that. Shh.
But we were. But Lando is the GOAT. And also,
100%.
also, I enjoyed Donald Glover's portrayal of Lando as well.
I don't get why
I thought
people
he
are
did
so.
a really fantastic job.
I don't get why people are so mad about like recasting those people. Like the people that are the age, like some of them are like, yeah,
No, the
recast
Solo
us.
movie was a fun romp. Like,
Yeah. I'm saying
it was a great movie. What, did you want Harrison Ford to come back and they de-age him for the whole movie?
Well,
Like,
it
come
wasn't
on. Whoa.
that. It was the fact that there was an actor who they were considering that literally looked like a young Harrison.
Oh, good.
And they overlooked him and went with the guy they picked, which he did fine.
Yeah,
He did absolutely fine.
I don't think. Okay,
I
Sherbs.
just think people getting stuck up in their own opinions about that kind of stuff is, and it's the Star Wars community because that's always going to happen.
And Sherbs, you're completely 100% wrong about your opinion of Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, if we all took votes, like you're outed there, buddy.
Yeah. Have you watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Because that would change. I think that would have changed your opinion. Nobody else could have done what he did in that show.
He's
But-
great, and I want to see more of it. I want more of it. I want more of it so bad.
I did, and it didn't. Oh my god.
It was
Oh my gosh, I want more of old man Obi-Wan Ewan McGregor so bad. It's all I want. It's good.
Sherb
That
says he's
and-
watched it and he didn't agree. It didn't do anything.
I'd also want Tom Hanks to play Walt Disney forever, but
Oh god, I forgot. Oh, that's right. He did play Walt Disney in the
He
like.
did play Walt in the movie.
I forgot. I watched that movie so long ago, and I took like it's the story about how Mary Poppins was made.
yeah.
Man, I forgot
He
about
was
that.
so good at it. He was so good at it.
All right. I'm gonna skip a question or two for time's sake. Let's say which lightsaber duel is your favorite and why?
See, now here's where it's going to get interesting. Because I've got like 5 top, but I'm going to go with my 2 top. Number 1, easily. Oh, Sherbs has got a T.
Yeah, we gotta hold on. I don't know why he's getting ads. I never really set up ads.
Yeah.
T-Pain.
But
hey,
T-Pain?
Bro, you're getting that ad revenue, though.
Oh, yeah, I think one
T-Pain
time.
is literally paying you to be on your channel.
T-Pain. I remember watching.
Well, not T-Pain himself, but like whatever.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think he's
randomly like
competing with, or he's got like a brand deal with what used to be Nestle Splash Water.
Nestle's what?
Nestle, you know how like Nestle makes water?
I don't block the ads on Twitch. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't block ads on Twitch.
I don't.
I want my friends to actually get their money.
To be fair, I don't watch Twitch that often anymore.
I haven't in recent months, but that's only because I've been too busy with work and other stuff.
I've been like this.
Splash, that's what it was. Thank you, Sherbs.
I've been.
Yeah, it's no longer called Nestle Splash. It's just Splash.
It just looks. That's a weird name.
Yeah, it is. It's flavored water.
Yeah. Well, hey. We can go into conversation about like the best tasting water and the worst tasting water.
But that's not what this is about.
I know.
Because if you were to ask me that question like right now in this podcast, I would say blue milk. Next question.
I want to try blue milk at Disneyland. Honestly.
I hear it's not actually just milk. I think they add. If I recall, I recall someone saying they added like a little bit of vanilla to it.
Ooh.
That does actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's just enough of a change that it sounds interesting enough that you might actually would want to try it.
Oh, that does sound so good.
But anyway, so I got 5. I'm gonna go off my top 2. Number
Okay.
1,
Y'all need root beer
obviously,
milk in your lives?
Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar.
Oh yes. I never heard of root beer milk.
Number 2, Ahsoka and Maul on Mandalore.
Oh.
And the reason why I pick Ahsoka and Maul on Mandalore, number 1, because they brought Ray Park, the original live-action Maul, back to do his stunt work. And they actually trained Ashley to do Ahsoka stunt work.
Oh, the motion
So, like,
capture.
it's yep.
I totally
it's not
love
only-
that. I totally love that. Oh man.
Right.
Yeah, we're talking
And
about our
especially
favorite fight
because
scenes.
Clone Wars animation had just gotten so much better by the time they got the final season out.
I'm so
Um,
glad we got this last season. To be fair,
Oh
I was so happy.
Oh my gosh.
I was
I
like,
can't even begin to tell you how. I mean, it's kind of a bummer that some things got cut, like Boba Fett's duel with Cad Bane, but I can see why they cut that because it wouldn't make sense to keep it in.
no.
Mm-hmm.
But like them, like they were like, oh man, the Order 66 moments of that. Oh,
Oh yeah, like the minute, like that, and I know it's all over online, and people are like, "Oh, Order 66, I'm so tired." Shut up.
yeah. To be, yeah.
Like,
Got
we
it.
only got to see a glimpse in episode 3 of Order 66 coming down and how it actually happened. But especially with Clone Wars, that final season, you got to actually see a whole nother level of what happened.
Oh my god. The
Like,
like,
Ahsoka was en route back to Coruscant with Maul. Like in mid hyperspace, they get the order. It comes down, and from there, it's just. I hesitate to say it this way, but like I can't think of how else to say it. It's a shit show
it is.
in the best possible way to tell a story.
This is a cursing zone, so you can curse all you want now.
Oh
I've
no, I
changed.
don't mind. I was gonna curse anyway.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying
I
you
was
can.
just trying to say, like, I couldn't think of a better way of saying
It was
how it
like
was happening.
Oh, I hope it
was
is because I've been
awful.
doing it all night.
Right. Like content-wise, like what happens, like the clones hunting down Ahsoka on the all throughout the shuttle.
oh my
um,
god, it was those scenes were so.
Jesse's inability to differentiate Order 66.
Yeah, but like
and-
I like how Rex was like trying to like negotiate. It was like she's not a Jedi anymore. I don't know why we're trying to kill her. She's not a Jedi. But I
Right.
think like when they
But by then it was too late. Order
Yeah.
66 already took full direction.
I still like I can understand, but like the scene in Rebels is like I never turn against my Jedi commander. Well, I think when he was talking about that, I think he was talking about Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was talking about Ahsoka at all.
See, that's an interesting thing.
That's what I
because
think.
I am for and partially against that thought process. I'm for that thought process because, in a way, yes, Anakin was his commanding general. He didn't betray Anakin because he was never there.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did betray, in a sense, because when Order 66 finally took control of Rex, that wasn't Rex.
Oh, 100%. I do agree with that standpoint, but
And the reason why I think of it that way is, and it was a subtle way that they did it, but in the Bad Batch, when Wrecker's control chip takes over, he barely remembers what happens when they get it out.
yeah, that's like to see how.
And I noticed that, and I was like, well, shit. That would explain why Rex to this day thinks he never really betrayed the Jedi, because when the inhibitor chip took over, he probably didn't really remember what happened.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Well, getting back to like the fight scenes. You said your top was the Anakin, the Ahsoka. What was your other one?
Oh no, I just went off the top.
Okay.
I have like 5, but I just picked the top 2 that are like the best in my opinion.
If you want to say another one, go ahead. I only have like 2. That's
Vader and Obi-Wan's duel in the Obi-Wan series.
True. I like that one. Yeah.
Watching
Yeah, we
Vader
did talk
just
about that.
repeatedly slam those rocks down into that pit on Obi-Wan was just damn.
You know,
could feel the anger.
Yeah,
to
that was a fucking great one.
to be fair, I kind of wanted like Darth Vader is like, well, now I have the high ground, Obi-Wan.
I think I've seen a TikTok somewhere where like somebody made that audio.
I,
So I have the high ground now, bitch.
yeah, it did. It did like they then like some edits. It's like later. Yeah. I don't want to get off.
That would have been funny as hell, but it wouldn't necessarily have fit Anakin/Vader's personality
I like.
by then.
Yeah.
If it was still Anakin, like, and we're talking like Anakin, like
Yes.
mid Clone Wars Anakin, that would have fit and it would have been great. But Vader, at that point, would have been so lost in his anger that it wouldn't have made sense for him to make a quip like that.
I agree with you, but at the at that moment, like he was so conflicted. I was just thinking like because we see like flashes of Anakin and Darth Vader in that like the same scene. Like you can tell by the colors of the lightsabers kind of on his like his face and how it changes.
Yeah. And that was a really nice artistic choice, by the way. Shout out to the people who made that.
Well, my choices are the Luke versus Vader in Episode 6. I think that was one of the Thank you, Settle DM, for following. But I think my opinion is that Luke and Vader, like Luke didn't really want to fight Vader, but you can see that Luke was still able to keep up with Vader. He was not letting Vader strike him down or anything. But we also get to see like Luke's kind of embracing a little bit of the dark side when Darth Vader was like, "You have a sister. She'll be more easy to turn." And then we see the explosion of Luke's anger and how he just like destroys Vader at that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
And my
That's a
other
pretty good one.
and my other one, I would have to say Obi-Wan versus Vader again. Honestly, that fight.
Damn, you stole mine.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just like those two. Like
No,
those,
you're good. It's a good fight. It's for obvious reasons.
Yeah, like
Right.
with like the emotion that goes into it. Like Obi-Wan was like, I have to do this to save Leia. He had to face Vader, and he knows that he has to face Vader. There's no.
We're talking about from the Obi-Wan series.
Either one. Like both fights were basically this. I honestly had the same emotions. He had to fight to save Luke and Leia in the episode 4. He was basically just making Darth Vader kind of stall. Vader, I know people are like, oh, they're so slow in what they're doing. The fight's not that great, but the fight was basically Darth Vader. I think I heard explanations of why, canon reasons why they were fighting so slow. Vader was actually scared of Obi-Wan because while he can feel that Obi-Wan was a lot weaker, he felt that Obi-Wan had something something holding on to, making him stronger at that moment. Of course, we see him just fade away, and Vader was just like, "What the hell is this?" I wonder how it was. Like, you're fighting somebody and they just disappear and they just drop their robes and like lightsaber, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would be kind of like,
kinda...
I don't know. I'd be like, why did they just ditch their clothes? Originally the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan was supposed to come back to life in Episode 6.
Really?
Yeah, like early revisions, like Obi-Wan's like, yeah, my work's done, I can come back now, and just comes back to life. But Alec Guinness was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, Alec Guinness did what he needed to to play the role of Obi-Wan, but I'm not gonna.
Alec Guinness did a really good job. I don't know.
It's a shame that he hated. It's a shame that he hated Star Wars.
Yeah, I heard that he hated he wanted to be killed off in like a lot of his roles. Yeah,
because he thought it was stupid because he was an old-fashioned, professionally trained British actor, and in those days, and even still, some nowadays feel like that kind of stuff is child's play and beneath them.
Yeah, there's like some people who are like, I won't be in superhero movies.
If I ever get an opportunity to be on Star Wars, I'm taking 100%. I don't care if I'm just somebody who gets shot at the beginning of a scene and just fodder it. I would do it.
I will send a picture of myself in my full armor to Dave Filoni and John and be like, what do I got to do to be on here? Get me on something, please. I'll be a background character for like half a second. Just get me in there, please.
Oh, definitely. Like 100%. What about you, Beaver? I'm sorry I took some of your choices.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say, episode 4, Obi-Wan and Vader, just because it had so much impact on, I think, the entire series. Especially with him going in, and at the time too, for me, I didn't have any of the prequels and stuff to explain the metachlorites and all that.
Oh God.
So
just imagine it's like, oh, midi-chlorites, they are in your body.
Yeah. So that was a really important fight. Other than that, I'd say Obi-Wan versus Anakin. What was it? Episode 3. With the high ground. I mean,
right.
I mean, it's just so, for me, especially with the prequels, there's not a lot that I take from them that I really enjoy so much as probably that fight right there.
I do have to say,
so good.
That fight was like the best choreographed fight in Star Wars history.
It is a great fight.
100%. Oh God. I have to agree. The Mustafar fight was really good, but I think the new fight that they have, in the last episode, kind of had a little more weight to it. Because Obi-Wan was trying to kill. He thought he killed Anakin on Mustafar, so he didn't really think about it. He had PTSD from the effects of what he did, but he thought, oh, Anakin's dead. But then, having to face him again, facing the demon that you created, kind of.
Yeah, later on, yeah.
I think,
yeah, he didn't know it at that point because, I mean, he left him there, basically cut in half, burnt up. Nobody thought he was coming out of that shit. Come on.
Yeah, he thought the consequences of his actions ended there.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that the consequences of his actions were actually staring him down and trying to kill him.
And destroyed so many other people's lives. I remember, in a comic scene, when Luke and Vader actually met before, kind of episode 5, before he really knew about, that Luke was his son. Luke was like, you killed my father, and Vader was like, I killed a lot of fathers. I don't know who you're talking about.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just... the fight scenes in the movies are decent, but because it's a story-based movie, they don't have enough time to make a real Well,
Well, you clearly have. Oh, that's no. We're working our way through Clone Wars. When you get to the fight scene with Ahsoka and Maul that I'm referring to, it's good.
yes, 100.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll.
I did enjoy that about Clone Wars, and I'm not trying to jump ahead, but I
Okay.
feel like the show that gets really downplayed is the original Clone Wars.
I have
Um,
never got the
and
chance to
Oh,
watch those.
and
the
forgive me,
Legends miniseries.
I am going to butcher this when I say it. It's the Jendi Takarskavas guy. I can't fucking say his last name. The dude
The
who
guy who
did
made Samurai
Samurai
Jack.
Jack.
Oh yeah.
Samurai Jack. Yeah, the Samurai Jack Clone Wars. Yes.
No longer
That
canon
to
miniseries.
me was so like, especially at the time when it came out, like I and at first when it first started airing and they did it, it was like 2 minutes long, maybe like 8 minutes long or something.
Yeah, they were like
And
mini.
it was just like, oh my god, the information you're getting from it is so minuscule, but it's so good. And the fight scenes, and the reason why I brought it up right now is because we were talking about the fight scenes, and I didn't want to get away from how good and how just in depth the fight scenes are in that original Star Wars Clone Wars Genji Tatarsky fucking shit. Yes,
Oh
what
yeah,
Sherp said in chat.
I've seen some of those like fight
So
scenes.
good.
I've seen like.
So good. The whole series, like, there's nothing bad about that series.
Do you know where I can watch it? I haven't got a chance to watch all of it. I never really watched it.
You own the whole series on DVD? Well, we could stream it in Sherb's Discord, apparently.
Huh?
He's You got a disc drive? He's probably like, no.
Yeah. No, but I think I don't know if Disney has it yet. Oh, it's on Disney.
It's on Disney Plus. Is it on Disney Plus?
I've
Oh,
never
sweet.
seen it on Disney Plus. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't really
man.
check. I
I'm gonna have
haven't
to
really
watch
watched
that.
it.
It's been a while since I watched that, but I remember the fight scenes in that are
You
just
can-
like
so I
so
just
good.
YouTubed it. You can watch the entire first. You can watch the entire first volume in one big YouTube video.
Hmm.
Oh, dang. But I know.
I think they got longer after the first one because it was
They did.
just
They
so
got.
good.
They became 15 minutes, and they also got like full-on voice acting, not just
Mhm.
like occasional yet necessary.
Hmm. His other show, Primal, on Max, is pretty decent.
Oh, Max, that.
If anybody's seen that.
I see TikTok clips of it all the time.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So many.
Obviously, the guy is a very talented animator.
Yeah, the amount
Unlike
of things that he
somebody
can
we
know.
convey with very little voice acting.
Clone Wars 2D micro series. There's only 2 episodes on here. 40 minutes. Oh, volume 1 is 70 minutes and volume 2 is 64 minutes. It goes chapters 1 through 20 was volume 1 and then chapters 21 to 25.
Nice.
Holy, that's a lot. Yeah, well, I'll be
Yeah,
watching this
definitely.
later.
If you haven't watched that, it's worth a watch. And I probably haven't watched it for a while.
And
So I'm probably gonna rewatch it tonight, maybe.
James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan, was actually in this.
Yep, that's where he got his start as voicing Obi-Wan.
I think he does a really good job.
I don't think Matt is the voice of Anakin. in
No,
that
it just
series.
says
If he is,
Matt
he's really
Lucas.
young. Yeah.
There's Tom Kane, Gray, Lizzle, I'm pronouncing all these names wrong, Corey Burton, and Andre Sogul. Sorry,
Yeah, they did. They ran during commercial breaks during like Toonami and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it live, and like you had to, because that was like the
And
little
the way
bit you
they
got,
ran
and you
it,
were like,
too.
oh my god, there's these like 8 to 15 minute Star Wars cartoons happening during the commercial breaks, and like if you miss it, you miss it. Like you're not gonna
Right.
fucking know what
The way
happened.
they ran
So
it
you
was
had to be
they aired it
glued.
during the commercials, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That's when both series came out. When both series came out, in celebration of
Yeah, they
It,
redid it
they
and stuff,
ran both
and then they
series back
ran
to
it.
back for like one whole day on
I mean,
Tuesday.
dude, Cartoon Network back in the day was great. Like watching it live when they do the
Yep.
Justice League, and then 2 hours later they're like, and then we do it in letterbox. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, widescreen, what? This is crazy.
Yeah, back when like 2003 when this all came out, I don't know what to say, but I didn't even know that half of these channels existed.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Like
Yeah.
like
I mean,
you
you're
know,
also,
I was
what, 3, 4?
1998, I was 1 in 99, 2 in 2003, in 2001, 2002 I was 3. I was 4, 5, I don't know.
Thereabout.
I think I was watching like I don't know what I was watching. That's the sad part. Oh no, I was actually I had an ear infection until I was like 5, 4. So I couldn't hear anything. So
That's terrible.
mm, yeah, no, but I oh well, yeah, but man,
And in Speed Channel, I don't know what Speed Channel is, but I'm assuming it's about racing.
Speed Channel. Oh.
Yeah, Speed Channel had all sorts of like racing stuff on it, like drag racing, NASCAR, rallies.
Cartoon Network back in the day, man, was amazing.
I remember like when I
But
was
that Star Wars Clone Wars, like, I like to me that was just like, it was so, especially during that time, because that was obviously during the time the prequels were first coming out. It was probably some of first, the first series to really touch up on the Clone Wars era and kind of imprint what was happening during that time, and it
Right.
just did it so well. And you know, they obviously they did the Clone Wars movie after that, the animated cartoon one, which introduced Ahsoka and the baby Jabba.
yeah, don't hate me.
Rada the Huttlet.
Yeah, don't hate me, but
Yeah,
that was my first movie of Star Wars that I've actually got to just watch in theaters.
that was a movie that at the time was made exactly for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2000. It came out in
Like
2008.
you were the target audience
Yeah,
for that particular movie. But
that
Clone
is.
Wars got way better since then
Oh yes.
when they started doing the series.
To
Yeah.
be fair, when I first watched it, I was like, "This is like the best
But
thing ever." And then like later on, when I had access to the internet, I was like, "Oh, everybody almost hates it."
for me, for many years, I had a real rough spot for those CGI Clone Wars cartoons because you know, that basically ended the original Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon when those started popping out, and they switched the animation style. Um, you know, that ended that, which me, I'm a very like traditional animation style guy. I really enjoy traditional animation, and that series was really like hitting high notes, and I felt the art style really took a dive. Years later, I finally was able to start appreciating Clone Wars for what it is,
Yeah,
but 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 I still feel it was I still feel it was just lacking in the animation, and,
it'd be
and
like
it could have gone to a different place.
it'd be like South Park switching to Eastern realism. What is Eastern realism? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, no, like my first like Clone Wars thing was the Clone Wars movie. And then
Hmm.
and then when the show came out, I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." My family was not Star Wars fans, so of course, you know, they were like, "Why are you watching
lost.
this?" Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, "We watch Star Trek more." I was like, "Okay, that's fair." Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Well,
Here, Sherbs.
that's I don't knock the
I'm not.
track.
I'm not. Just.
I'm not knocking. It's
We're
a very
none of
legitimate
us is
fandom.
knocking it. I just haven't got a chance to really sit down and watch some of the older movies.
Oh, oh, you should.
I
You should.
definitely want to.
You should watch all of Trek.
You should try and find that video of Spock singing a song about the hobbits.
It's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Of course, I know what you're talking about. No, I have. I when I was younger was very into Star Wars, but as I got older, I started appreciating Star Trek, and I'm probably more of a Trekkie now in my old man age. I love Trek. I love everything Trek, but I still do love Star Wars too. Like I mean, like I'm not saying one's better than the other, but Trek is definitely better than Star Wars.
Oh, okay. We all have opinions here. I haven't got the
Yeah, and
Trek.
opinions do
I
make
don't.
you assholes, and that's me.
Well, nowadays they do. But I can't really have an opinion yet because I haven't watched Star Trek that much, and so some of
No,
I've seen.
I love them both though. I do love
Yeah.
them both. Like Star Wars is definitely way more action. If you
Yeah.
want to get into like more politics and shit like that, not like 100%, but it's also like it's a nostalgia love. I don't know, but like they are doing new stuff like Lower Decks and different stuff that's like really opening up the universe, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I just need to check it all out. I've been watching just when I get a chance, like my sci-fi stuff. Like what I watch now is like I get a chance to watch The Rookie at times. Like it's a weird show, but it had Nolan North in it, and I was like, he's a good actor. And then
Nolan North is the guy who plays Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, by the way.
That's no, not Nolan North. It's somebody else. Yeah, Nolan North. Yeah, no, it's the guy who played that YouTube video of Uncharted, and he played like the live action version of it. Nathan Fillion. Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Nathan
That's.
Fillion. No, Nathan. No. Nathan Fillion is in The Rookie.
Have you watched that video at all of the Uncharted like video? It's 15 minutes, and it's like an Uncharted video with Nathan Fillion in it.
Oh, is it?
Really?
It's a fan made.
It seems like that's something that he would do.
He
That
literally.
does sound like
Hold on.
something he would do.
I'll share it with
I
you
mean, we
guys.
are talking about like you know,
Nathan
what was it,
Fillion.
Mr. Hammer?
Yeah.
I think like if they do an adult version of Uncharted, I think he would be a good version for it. But here
I'd be down. I'd be down. I like Nathan Fillion. He's a good actor.
I'm gonna share the video on the Discord that we got.
I'm an old school Buffy fan. I won't deny it.
Nathan Fillion voiced that video game character that I can't remember that you mentioned. I can look it up. He's done a lot of work.
He did the Destiny 2. He did Destiny 2 robot, the one that died.
He was in Halo. He was in Halo 3, Halo 5, and Halo Reach. He is in Destiny 2 as Clade 6. He's played Steven
His
Trevor.
best role was Doctor Horrible,
No,
like the Doctor Horrible's. He was Mr. Hammer.
I just
Right?
found his.
Wasn't that Mr. Hammer?
I just found his
not-
IMDb. So he was in Castle, Firefly, Serenity, Slither.
Yeah, Firefly was dope.
He's in The Rookie. He's in The Rookie Freds. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He's in the
Yeah, I'd probably say so.
yeah. He was in The Recruit, Big Mouth, Resident Alien, Robot Chicken as Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, dude, he did a lot of Robot Chicken, Green Lanterns. He was pretty good with.
He was in Destiny 2, The Witch Queen as Clade 6. Bridgewater, he was in the Suicide Squad. He was in MODOK, The Thrilling Hour Adventure live stream. He was in Starfinder.
Wait, there was a MODOK live stream? We're not talking about the Patton Oswalt MODOK show.
I know
Which was great and got canceled.
He got
but it was
one.
really,
He was
really
Wonder
good.
Man.
Yeah, died before it even could get a chance.
Yeah, he was in Death and in Return of Superman as Green Lanterns. Reign of Superman as Green Lantern. Henchman. Connor, The Venture Bros, The Death of Superman, Uncharted live action fan film, American Housewives, Modern Family, a series of unfortunate events, Santa Clara Diet.
He's done a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he's in Cars 3. He's in Rick and Morty.
He plays the character in Cars 3.
Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, and he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So wait, was he in Star Wars though?
I don't think he's.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Nathan Fillion, you better fucking
Get
get
to
into
it, yeah.
some Star Wars or something, and then we could probably talk about you more.
Yeah. Oh God, he's in the whole. He's in. Oh my God, he's in so much. Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff. Okay, I need to stop. This is just.
He wasn't even in that Family Guy Star Wars.
Oh my God, the Family Guy Star Wars was actually kind of
It was
fun
really
to watch.
good. It was
Yeah.
Blue Harvest. Yeah, Blue Harvest was really good.
I think didn't they make all three of the prequel, the sequel? I don't know what of the original trilogy. Didn't they do all three?
They did a bunch of stuff. Robot Chicken did it first, which
Yes.
was the funny thing, and then they made that joke during it about
Didn't-
like how Robot Chicken made it first, and like
Yeah,
he was
because
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, don't they also like make famous like Seth Green in like the
Yeah, Seth Green plays
Luke.
well, yeah, he plays well, Seth Green does all of Robot Chicken, like
Yeah.
that's
No,
his
but-
little like project, but he also plays what's his name, Chris
Yes.
Griffin.
But like the
Who,
way
yes, is Luke in the Family Guy. He plays Luke.
they're. Oh, I
the
remember.
Luke character.
I remember the scene where like like Luke was like trying to be tempted to be like to the dark side, and they were just making fun of Seth Green at that moment. And
Yeah.
the Valley Guy, they were just like, Seth Green, that voice, ugh. I was just like, it was hilarious. I need to watch those again.
Those are good ones.
I
Those are
remember-
definitely good ones for sure.
The weird part, I was in like a Blockbuster once, and I saw a Family Guy episode 3 thing, but I've never remembered watching it at all. I don't know why I was seeing like Blockbusters was weird back in like before they closed, but I remember seeing a Family Guy like Stewie as Anakin, like the hairdo and everything.
Maybe it was just like some cutaway scene that they had done.
I was gonna say it could have been one of their cutaway gags
It
before
could
they actually got like the go ahead.
So Blockbuster just like had a whole CD of just cutaways.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never seen anything like that. Where they did episode 1. That would be
Unless
pretty funny if they did.
Unless I just like jumped into an alternate universe, but I remember seeing it in Blockbuster.
It's very possible. My memory is extremely fuzzy about Blockbuster because I've only been to a Blockbuster
I used to like
a handful of times before they closed.
rent video games from Blockbuster. Like that was like how I was able to play some new games like with my like we weren't able to afford like the new PlayStation 2 games, so we just go to Blockbuster and rent them.
Yeah, it was always family video for us.
We only had Blockbuster and where we were.
I did Blockbuster a bunch. I mean, I
Sad they're
grew up in
closed.
the 80s. So we had a bunch of mom and pops for a while before there was Blockbuster. We had, what was it?
I must be just imagining it or something.
Hollywood Video. There was Hollywood Video too.
Yeah, we barely had
That
Hollywood.
was
Oh yeah,
like-
Hollywood. Oh yeah.
That was like the up and coming video store that was gonna take over and shit. And I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll rent movies from wherever.
Oh yeah, Carter Peterson was Emperor Palpatine. I thought
Dude,
that
I
was
used to like, you know what? I miss the days of like going and renting movies in like movie rental places.
I know.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like I don't really because a convenience, and I would never like want to go back to something like that. But you know, there was definitely a subculture kind of built around that. Around video stores, especially back in the day like that, and I appreciated that. Like people,
Yeah.
they recommend you movies, you get the signs, lots. It was an experience. It's an experience we won't ever have. I think that's kind of like, kind of bringing back to Star Wars. Going before Star Wars even. I think if you guys are familiar at all with like American Graffiti,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
what
Which
what
was one of
kind of
George Lucas's other successful movies.
which kind of like was so successful that's why Star Wars got made. It was him reminiscing about a time when he was a teenager and the time of cruising, and how that's how they would pick up chicks basically, is just like drive around in a fucking circle all night and do that.
Right.
And like of course that movie paved way for movies like Dazed and Confused 20 years later. Great film if nobody's ever seen that. American Graffiti. I believe it's on Netflix right now. Uh, Probably George Lucas's other really good film.
Yep. All right. Who is the most underrated Star Wars characters in your guys' opinion?
Underrated?
Yeah, most underrated.
Mm, not so much anymore, but when she first came out, Ahsoka.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think Ahsoka really grew into the character. Like, it kind of goes, kind of touching back on what I was saying. Like, a lot of the older fans were more upset with the fact that their kind of Star Wars was ending, and it was trying to pick up more on a kid's base as that what it's doing. Now that all those kids have grown up, Ahsoka's kind of grown up with all those kids, and she's kind
Right.
of hardcore now. You know,
Oh man, she is.
help me remember the name of the actress who was so fucking good, and I can't even. I'm embarrassed that I can't remember her name right off the top of my head.
Who did she
Who's
play?
playing her in the new series?
Oh, that's.
Um, Really? It's not
Rosario
just me.
Dawson.
Yes, thank you, Rosario Dawson, who was
Oh yeah, yeah.
fantastic in like everything that she fucking does, and I'm embarrassed that I couldn't think of her name off the top of my head.
That's
Um,
okay.
she
I've
she's
had.
she's she's so good, and like when I saw that she was playing Ahsoka in Mandalorian. Oh my gosh, I was just like, this is perfect casting.
Oh yeah. Did you know that today Carrie Fisher got her official Hollywood star
Well,
on
that's
this
a little
Walk of
bit too
Fame?
late, and
Yeah, it's a little too late, but you know.
I'm sad. I'm saddened by that. They probably should have just given it to her a while ago, because I understand exactly what that takes to get your star on
I
Hollywood.
know.
And
I was kind of upset when I saw that
but
this
yeah,
morning.
congratulations to her, and I appreciate that.
Mm,
I was crushed about her Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I didn't like. Oh man. I think. Oh man. Let's. So.
It's nice. It's nice to remember her work. She was a fantastic actress
yeah.
too,
Oh
not
yeah.
just with what she did with like Star Wars, but I mean, she has a range of work that was really good. What was the movie that she did with Aykroyd? Oh man, so good.
Oh crap! I can't remember the name of it.
You know what I'm talking about, though,
Yep,
right?
I do.
Sure, you got that on. You still around? You got that on top of
I
your
don't
head?
know if he's
Oh
still
man,
around.
that's such a fucking great movie. She was a great actress.
I can look up
She
her
was
movies to
fantastic.
see what.
Oh shoot! I totally forgot the second volume of Star Wars Visions
Under
dropped
we were
today.
doing underrated characters though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
underrated character.
Like 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 what would you define as underrated? Like,
Well, underrated is like people like they're like, oh, they're not that important. They're stupid, or they're not that important. Like
well, I
the
mean, like
character
Jar
I
Jar Binks. He was important for a lot of reasons.
he's the reason why the Empire exists now.
That's what I was pointing at.
Yeah, like
No, underrated. Gosh,
uh
Hmm.
I do. My underrated though. I don't remember offhand. Hold on. Was Sabine. I believe she was mostly underrated. Everybody
Not
was
too
talking.
happy once Ahsoka series drops.
I know, but everybody's like, oh, nothing she did. They counter out. I think she was the main reason why Ezra did what he did. He cared about her the most. There's a reason why he left her his lightsaber. You know.
Yeah.
I think the new Ahsoka show is going to show more about that and all that, but I think Sabine was one of the underrated characters. You can say, you can also say like anybody who was really in it. You can also say that Hera was also known as underrated because half the stuff she got was like captured and everything, but she was a strong leader for the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I forgot how many characters are in this. Wait, Anakin was in Rebels? I know he was in Rebels, but he was voiced by Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, in a couple of instances he was.
I thought he was this voice actor from Clone Wars. It sounded like.
Some of it was Matt, and some of it was Hayden. It was
In
mixed.
what? In what are we talking about?
Star Wars Rebels.
Mm.
I think old Obi-Wan in Rebels was actually really spot on.
Yeah, it was.
Welcome back, Sherps. I'm glad your internet's back up.
Yeah, my internet's been weird too. I don't know. I have Cox. Cox is weird.
I believe that is what Sherbs has as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Cox.
Well,
I
they're
did
like
not
the
like
main.
when I had to have them.
Yeah.
They're the worst. Now we are on like local town fiber wire.
We don't like. We were like they were paying for like fiber
amazing,
internet,
yeah.
and then they're like, "Yeah, Arizona doesn't have fiber internet." Yeah, they like completely lied to the people of Arizona.
Damn.
Like they were like, "Oh yeah, we have fiber internet that's run through and everything," and then when we had like our internet was just going crazy, they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't do fiber in Arizona," and they're like, "Why are we paying
Well,
for it?"
that's just weird.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Okay. Do you have a character, Beaver?
Underrated. Probably. And I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the dude holding the fucking the package in Star Wars, with the the little fucking headphone things over his ears.
Oh
And
yeah, I
he's
know
got
who
the
you're talking
fucking
about.
package. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, that
Yes.
was all the fucking Vascar
Beskar.
that fucking got Mandalorian onto the path
Oh,
of fucking saving our little friend Grogu.
Have you all watched the last episode of the Mandalorian?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't know his first name was Din.
You didn't?
When they
I've
did
known
Grogu,
that for a
when they're
while.
like when he adopts Grogu and he was like, "You're now Din Grogu." I thought his last name was Darian.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't really.
Because of how they spell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing until Moff Gideon actually pronounced it.
I really love some of what the Mandalorian has done.
Yeah.
What they've like been able to pull off. Like we got to see like Luke building his Jedi Academy at that time, and then Grogu's like, yeah, I'm going back to my dad.
Yeah. No, I really did enjoy a lot of Mandalorian. I think I enjoyed every episode this season except I really didn't care for I forget was it episode 3 or whatever whichever episode was with the which it did the first thing with which was really important with Mandalore and how they were kind of overtaken, and then the very last of the episode. But the middle was all about the Doctor and like the New Republic and how like they've kind of integrated all
The
the
mind wipe kind of stuff.
yeah and
Oh, okay,
everything.
I know what you're
And
talking
I
about.
felt like okay, yeah, I understand that it's an important thing to kind of
Yeah,
convey,
that felt
but and
that felt like
a
they
lot
should
of
have put
people
that
are
in
like
the middle.
that's one of a really good episode, and for me I didn't care about the characters at all, and I'm like it could have been told a lot more. I just want more Mandalorian action, which they did give us a lot this. I mean, they gave us a lot of Mandalorian action
Oh,
this
they
Yeah.
sure
season.
did.
They really
That final
did, and
battle
like it was really good.
fantastic.
Oh.
But that episode, like I was just kind of like it was really long in the sense of like I don't care, like I don't care what's happening to the Doctor. I didn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, they sidestepped a lot of important story to talk about Dr. Pershing, and I felt like it was unnecessary.
There's
Yeah, like little, like maybe like a little touch here and there I could have gone for, but it was a very long episode.
Oh,
Um,
have you got a chance to check out a couple episodes of Visions, the new season?
I haven't even watched the first one yet.
You haven't
I
watched the
haven't.
first
I have
one?
not.
No,
Oh
Bree and I
man,
were gonna watch it, and then she kind of just didn't.
it's
Not
good.
very fond of anime. I mean, she'll watch it if I have it on, or if it's like something that I show her that she might like.
I need to find a new anime to watch. I haven't watched anything really lately.
Yeah, so do I.
I got in the hype of like My Hero Academia, and then like I lost it. It's still I watch it whenever I can, but it's like
I need a new Gundam anime that's gonna grab my attention.
yeah, I need
Because like I tried watching Witch from Mercury, and I was just like, it's all right.
start watching. All right, I'll have to check that out. There's a lot. There's like I've been getting like TikTok like suggestions for like this magic school anime thing. I kind of want to check out. One Punch Man goes to Hogwarts. Huh. I'll have to check it out.
I'm sorry.
I think I've
There's
heard
an anime
something.
about One Punch Man going to Hogwarts.
I
love
would
to see
watch that. I would totally
I would
watch that.
instantly.
One Punch Man's like, just the One Punch Man walks up to like Voldemort, and Voldemort's like, "What are you doing?" All right, I'll watch it. Definitely, I'll have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it now. If it's like One Punch Man goes to
Or
Hogwarts.
literally walks up to Voldemort and is just like, "Here, hold this for me."
Oh yeah, Discord actually has like a soundboard now. Yeah, this is the
They
thing.
do, but I have voice mod.
Can I pull those up right now? I don't know how to pull it up. But yeah, yeah, that's the ones I've been seeing on TikTok. It's hilarious. I need to watch it. Oh, they have video backgrounds for Discord now?
Yeah.
Holy, how I not seen all this? I'm just been like,
It's stuff that they've started rolling out within the last couple of weeks. It's not like it's been around for a while. It's recent.
yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it's
haven't really
yeah,
paying
that makes
attention to anything. I've been more focused on like finishing the school year. Only finals really left. Yay.
Yippee skippy.
Ugh. I turned in my essay this morning. I was like, I need to get it done because if I do it, like this Saturday, this Saturday I literally have a concert. I'm going to like the Louis Capaldi concert. No, don't open the video. And I was like, I'm not gonna get anything done that's due on Saturday. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. It was like all about criminal prevention, and like criminal prevention tools. Uh, I'll pull it up real fast. I just been dealing with that this whole last couple months. That's why I haven't been around often lately. I've been trying to go to school. I'm mostly online right now. What was it? Yes, it was describe predictive policing. That's what I had to do today.
Oh shit.
And then
That
I'm like,
sounds.
oh, it is not. It is. It is super racism. If you want to go into
that's
it,
terrible.
it's super racism.
I'd rather not.
I'm not. I don't want to get into
But
it.
I will take.
I'd rather
will-
keep going talking about Star
Yes.
Wars.
Let's go to Star Wars, but I'm just saying.
Let's go back
That
to the
is-
reason we're really here.
Yes. All right. Next question is I think we should do like pick out a couple more.
Lightsaber colors are purple and orange. Sherb's just like throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Sherbs. Those are good colors.
They are.
Purple, like the fact that like fucking he came in there and he's like, why can't I have purple? Like, like you're gonna tell
Not
Samuel L.
even that.
Jackson he
That was
can't?
one of his. That was one of his signing conditions to be in
Yeah.
the movies.
Hey,
I know.
that purple
lightsaber that's purple,
lightsaber-
and they're like, yeah.
That purple
Yeah.
lightsaber stood out the most. I have to agree. It
So
was the
good,
best.
so good.
It was. I
That
have to
purple
agree.
was nice.
Orange, it's like doesn't Rey have orange now? No, she has yellow.
No, it's yellow. Fortunately for Sherbs, orange is now a canon color again, thanks to the Ahsoka series.
Yes.
To say, I
aren't
did
they-
really enjoy the lightsaber colors playing the Old Republic MMO,
Oh god.
and
Yeah.
they had like all the different lightsabers, like
I
Hut
miss
Ball. Remember Hut Ball? Oh gosh.
They're
Everybody
so-
hates
I was
Hut
never
Ball,
a
and it
Hut
was
Ball.
like it would constantly run Hut Ball.
All right. Yeah. So we can also throw out our favorite lightsaber colors. Mine is green and purple.
I was always a fan of light blue.
The
Yeah.
Light blue is like solid classic.
Any of the colors of blue, honestly.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
like the meaning behind blue is like they're more of a warrior. They're more the warrior, and they use more fighting than they do with the force. The green is like they use the force, and they're more like a mediator and all that. Purple is like you have a touch of both dark and light. Yellow is like you're the temple guard and all that.
Well,
Mhm.
yellow. I thought yellow was also as. The original meaning for yellow, I think, was that. But I also think.
Hold on, let me pull it up.
I swear somewhere yellow was supposed to be a symbol of neutrality.
I can look up saber colors.
I know
We
that.
can-
I don't know what the
Look,
canon
if you're red, you're dark side, and any other colors, you're just like a badass Jedi trying to stand out. Let's do it.
There you go.
Blue lightsaber color meaning selflessness, justice, truth, and serenity.
Word.
Green meant represents growth, harmony, and nature.
Sure.
Red symbolizes anger, strength, and determination.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if they have a hot pink one yet, Sherbs. In Jedi Survivor, they have a party lightsaber mode.
A hot
Fine.
pink one, dude, just like fucking glowing. You're like, nah, dude. I
The-
need my neon already lightsaber
Oh,
more
yes.
neon and get it the
Yes.
hottest pink I could possibly fucking get it.
Apparently, purple lightsaber.
The pinkest pink. What is that color called? Like, remember, like how somebody was like, "I'm making the blackest black," and then somebody else was like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna make the pinkest pink."
Yeah.
The purple lightsaber colors mean nobility, royalty, and wisdom. Apparently, the yellow lightsaber means power of the sun, hope, and goodness. Orange means ambition,
Honestly, that dark
creativity.
saber looks fucking badass
and
too. I
resourcefulness.
gotta say,
Oh, man.
if
RIP
like that
the
can go on the
Darksaber, bro.
list, if that could go on the list, like I'm just like that fucking dark saber.
Oh, I
yo.
know. When I built
Alright. R.I.P. the Darksaber, am I right?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything to you, Sharky, but I was like, I was gonna like, they got rid of the Darksaber.
Yeah.
I got a little bit mad when that scene happened. I was like, well, R.I.P. the Darksaber.
Oh yeah, but like, you know how Grogu was holding back like the fire and everything. I was like, I didn't
Yeah.
really think about it until like somebody on Twitter and like TikTok. They're like, "Wow, Grogu is doing the king and he actually survived." I was just like, "That's messed up," but it was kind of funny at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
The silver lightsaber means purity, peace, and serenity.
There's a silver lightsaber.
Like
It's
the
like really white looking one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
My
Ahsoka's weren't white until she took the crystals from those Inquisitors and purified them.
yeah, we're showing that in like the Jedi. What is that show called?
Rebels.
No, not Rebels. They actually showed the scene where she faces the Inquisitor in this.
No, not that Inquisitor.
Oh, it wasn't that one. I thought it was that one.
Oh, it might have been that one.
Yeah, because she literally just murked him in that scene, like literally just one swoop, and was like, "Yep, you're dead." I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know what it's called though. I think it was like Jedi Adventures or something. Not Jedi Adventures. That's totally something else. Oh, have you guys
I
built a lightsaber
don't
like
know.
Disney?
No, but
I've never been to Disney.
I don't know. Like I think about like I might be going, but I probably wouldn't build a lightsaber.
I did. I have to admit I did. And
Did you? Did you? I'm sure it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I have a picture of it, but like the way like I have the green crystal in it now, and the way like
Well,
it
you don't.
activates.
Do you even get? Do you get? You don't get to keep it or nothing, do you?
Yeah, you do.
You get to keep it.
I
It's
have
the
it
whole
right.
reason you pay for it.
Yeah, I have it right now. I don't know if it picked up, but like the activation noise and like the deactivation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like
It
you
doesn't-
actually get to put a kyber crystal in the middle of the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and like they actually have like a whole show dedicated, and they have like they talk about the past Jedi. They haven't even Yoda pop up and talk to you.
Weird.
Well,
Is
Yoda's
Yoda
one with the
a
Force, so he
ghost?
can.
Is he like?
No,
a
he
ghost
like
when he does
talks.
it?
He talks over like as we're finishing up like the creation of the lightsaber. He like pops up like you hear his voice is like, "You've all created your lightsabers. You're all with." I don't know what he says. But I
I was just wondering if like all of a sudden like an animatronics like pops out.
the only
and he's,
one
like,
they have like
fucking
not
start talking to
animatronic,
you.
but they do have holograms on like that new Star Wars ride that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on that, and man, it's actually pretty good.
That's cool.
I don't know. I haven't been like there at Disney since like 2021, 21 most likely.
It's been a long time, and I live in California too, and it's been like a lot longer. Than
Oh,
that
so we are
for me
synced
since
up.
I've
I
been
was just like, I don't know why I was like, I should have just said 6 o'clock. I didn't know you lived in California. Because Pacific time.
Yeah, no,
and
I mean,
Arizona time.
I'm in California, and we're synced up right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like the internet was telling me we weren't.
It's weird.
And so the internet was telling me that we were like an hour ahead, and that's why I was like, "Wait, when is this thing starting?" Because I thought it was starting at 6, and you're like, then you told me what time it was there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
Oh, Sharky went to go make spaghettis.
oh, did he?
No, I don't know. I don't know. That's just what we say.
Oh yeah. I
So he
keep
probably had
forgetting.
an internet hiccup.
Oh yeah, it happens.
He'll be back.
I'm just looking up the Disney, like what it's that Disney show called, where like we get to see Ahsoka attack Tales of the Jedi. That's what it was.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'm not familiar
It came
with
out in
Tales of the Jedi.
It came out in 2022, and it's 6
Series.
episodes.
Hmm.
And we get to see like Count Dooku's complete fall to the dark side.
Crazy.
And then in like the last episode, Resolve, like we see that Ahsoka faces the Inquisitor and kills him, but we don't see her purify the crystals, but we do see that.
Hmm.
And we also see Anakin training the episode before Ahsoka to survive Order 66. He keeps popping in and
You all
out.
right there, bud?
Yeah, Sharky? Hello? Is he talking?
He's not saying nothing. I think he's having some technical difficulties. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen those ones. I have to check those ones out.
I think that, like, honestly, I think those are pretty good.
Cool.
Uh,
What kind of is it? It's like an animation, I'm guessing.
it's animated. It's not too long. Some of the episodes are like 10 to 15 minutes only.
What kind of animation are those? I don't think I've ever even heard of these
I
ones.
think it's more Clone Wars. I think I'm not like the newer Clone Wars, not the old.
Yeah,
Clone Wars.
like the computer animated.
The ones that are like the last season of Clone Wars that just came out. It's more in that style.
Gotcha.
He disappeared again.
That's cool. We'll just go on. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
We'll catch up.
Yeah.
He'll pop back in.
Yeah. What is your opinion on the recent Disney era Star Wars film? I'm just seeing you like pop up and down and just like distracting me.
Sorry, what was it? What's my on the Disney era?
Yeah. What is your opinion on the recent Disney era Star Wars films?
They have their place. I like some of it, but it also kind of feels like not really like if we're talking about like films. The films didn't really feel like my style.
I think they were.
He's got to reset his router, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, okay,
So.
no problem. I just saw it. I'm kind of like on the questions. Yeah, I see it. Oh God, I hate that.
So like it like I mean it was okay. I definitely saw all of them in the theater, and you know that like but it wasn't really my cup of tea. Now when Jon Favreau started with this Mandalorian stuff and the shows, I've really enjoyed those and that part of what Disney brings to it with the expanded universe more than what they did with the movie trilogies.
Yes, I think the shows that we are getting have been a lot better than the films. Like I only got to be able to see The Force Awakens in theater. Like The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I was like trying to help take care of like my grandparents at that time. I wasn't able to see them, but I got spoiled easily on them. I hate the spoil culture nowadays, just posting anything online.
Yeah,
but you know,
I mean, they have their place, and
yeah, I totally agree.
They're not 100% terrible, but I do have like a lot of issues with it. I remember like going out of the theater and just being extremely upset that you have you know, this kid out of nowhere just like, I got the Force moving brooms, and it just like had like really unnecessary yeah, it's just like really unnecessary things that will like never ever get mentioned again ever. And and I just it wasn't for me, you know. Like it had parts of it, and don't get me wrong, like I think all the acting was great, you know, but like the nostalgia feeling for it was okay. It was another Death Star though, you know. It was again for a third time now, like an even bigger Death Star.
Yes,
like
I do agree with
you know, like and like I get it, all this stuff, and there's a lot of things I like about like Ben Schwartz doing like he helped with like the writing of C-3PO, and the C-3PO lines that he fucking did are so great. Like C-3PO's like he's like, oh, Han Solo, you probably won't recognize me because of my red arm.
I love that,
you know?
part. I was like
so good, and like there's a lot of nostalgia in there that make you feel, you know. And I know Harrison Ford was like, I want to kill off fucking Han Solo,
and they wanted to kill him off like in every Star Wars episode, right?
Yeah, and they finally did. They killed it off for him, and like.
I think that was the perfect way to kill him off. In all honesty, like
I mean, it was, and it also was like like it just hurt. It hurt seeing all of that.
Yeah, like 20
How
years
you
from
doing,
now.
Sharky? You back?
Yes, finally.
Oh, I
Oh,
think
okay,
like
there we go.
in like 10 to 15 years, the sequels are going to be loved because it wasn't really built for us, really. It was built for the kids, like, how they
Mm-hmm.
say. I
Yeah,
think,
just the same exact way that
It's
a whole generation loves the prequels, the episode 1 through 3, in a way that like an older generation hates them.
yeah.
I think I'm an old fart now, and I'm like, no, there's only one trilogy.
it's the thing with it is, and like I've come across this with every fandom that I'm in:
Mm-hmm.
Transformers, Gundam, Star Wars, like you name it, Sonic the Hedgehog. Uh, it's
Teenage
it's
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god,
yes,
yes, that.
yeah, prime example right there as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
With every
they all
new
have their
iteration for
own
the next
iteration. Yes.
generation, there's always going to be those people who are like, they ruined it. It's not the
Yeah.
same. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't.
That's because it's not designed for you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is
I
designed
don't
for the
think.
next generation to enjoy. They are
Mhm.
what I like to call, they're a time period specific. They're a period piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
The
I don't think.
original trilogy were a symbol of their time.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
prequels were a trilogy of their time, and this new
Mhm.
trilogy are a symbol of their time.
Like, I don't think Disney screwed up that much, but they were like. They wanted like to put in the nostalgia of the original movies because not everybody was
Mhm.
gonna watch the like not all the newer people are gonna watch those original movies and kind of understand what was going on because nobody ever does.
It was trying to do fan treatment and trying to uh put all those old
Yeah,
things like older nostalgia things into it because that was going to drive the older audience, but then also open it up to let them do newer stuff. I think with those movies it opened them up to be like, okay, this is what we want to do with the shows, and start doing, like I said, the John Favreau stuff, and expanding the universe in that way.
yeah.
And
Right.
I think it really helped them know how to flesh that out.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna throw this out right now. John Favreau and Dave Filoni are like the power couple of
Oh
Star
yeah,
Wars.
Mm-hmm.
they
Well,
definitely.
literally everybody that they have on that writing table: Taika Waititi, Bryce
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Howard, and Deborah Chow. Literally everyone in that little writing circle who have worked on these miniseries since the launch of The Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in more ways than one, they understand what it takes to make a good Star Wars series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I totally
And
agree.
and let's be honest, they've had a little bit of misses here and there.
A
Like
little bit.
every show
You
has a
know,
miss.
Nothing.
I think
It's just
every
like
show.
all
like
the other nine movies. There's not going to be something you're going to get right. There's always going
Yeah,
to be that one thing that you could have done just a little bit differently.
and also
mm-hmm.
like when you're watching a show, I wouldn't watch people like I wouldn't go on Twitter and just see what other people are saying. I wouldn't
Right.
go on YouTube because you're getting a biased opinion on some of it. Some of those people are like diehard originals, like a trilogy. They're like, screw the new ones. They suck. These shows just
No,
suck.
no, it's you living your life in a bubble
Yeah,
there,
but
buddy.
I know,
Open up.
and when I was like, I was watching the Obi-Wan series, and I was like, oh, I loved like almost like all the episodes like so far, and I was just like on Twitter, and like half the people were just like, oh, I hate it, and then the other half of the people were like, you're not watching it really, you're just holding on to a ideal.
No, no. That's why like Star Wars is always gonna be like the cultural phenomenon that it is,
Yeah.
like no matter what, people are always gonna like they're gonna make this next trilogy and people are gonna go see it.
Oh
They're
yeah.
gonna go see it and they're gonna fucking judge it, and yeah, there's gonna be the group of people who are gonna be like, oh, the original, and then it's
I
gonna
don't.
be for
I don't.
a new group of kids too.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Right.
have those aspects,
And
but I think they're gonna incorporate what they've learned with these shows, especially with the Mandalorian itself. What they learned didn't work with the Boba Fett show,
No.
and what did work with the Boba Fett show. that all the stuff from Obi-Wan, and they'll incorporate that into like the new stuff,
Yeah.
as they go farther down. I think they'll take, like, I mean, they're treating the legacy characters with like the utmost respect, the ones that are still there, and they're opening and expanding the universe like farther and farther as they keep doing it, as it should be, rather than just be in this one place, like
Yeah.
mentioning Andor before, too, how it's just like a whole different type of Star Wars that you really never seen that side of, especially not for that long and drawn out and
Right.
waiting for shit to happen. Love the show. But yeah, that's why it's always going to be there, and the more that they do, the more they expand the universe, the more people are going to love and both hate it, in a way that it transcends a lot of franchises,
Oh,
I'd say.
Right.
100%.
And if there's one thing that will remain forever a constant with Star Wars, especially, is that there's always going to be that initial knee-jerk reaction of hatred or disdain or whatever for a good while. It could take weeks, months, years. Um, a prime example of this is Hayden Christensen
Oh,
when he was doing Anakin for the second and third prequel movies. There was a lot of hate, a lot of disdain, a lot of all sorts of negative
There was,
feedback.
Oh,
and now you're
And
like,
now,
he's so
when they
fucking
brought him out
good.
for when they brought him out for Celebration this year,
He
he
cried.
had the crowd cheering for like a good 5 minutes to the point where it made him cry.
And he deserves it. He deserves
He
it.
does
Like,
deserve it.
he took a lot of shit. He took a
I
lot of
saw a
shit,
lot of
and he
TikTok
ate a
clips,
lot of shit for a lot of years.
right?
And he's finally, like, they threw him into Mandalorian for that one scene, and he did a really good job. Like, you don't even know it's him. Like, in that prison scene where they're breaking out.
No, that's not Hayden.
That wasn't.
That's
Oh, that was the
Anakin.
other guy,
That's
right?
Anakin's
Yeah.
voice actor, Matt something or other.
That's right. That's right. You're right. But he did do it. Just speaking of that, he did do a really good job.
oh yeah.
But like, what he did with Obi-Wan, like, oh my
Oh my
god,
God.
bro. Oh my god, he's so good in that. He's so fucking good in that.
Just seeing
He
like,
is
oh
incredibly
man.
good. And
Oh.
you can tell too. You can tell the way he acts and he carries the role of Vader that he has just been waiting for this.
No, yeah. He was in the Vader suit the whole time, right?
Well,
Yep,
he took
it was him.
such.
No stunt doubles.
He ate such shit for years, bro.
But like,
Like, for years, he ate shit.
just seeing the TikToks of everybody like going crazy and him is just like, this
Yeah,
is
the
so
TikTok
emotional.
Of,
Oh,
Well, he
man.
quit acting for like the longest time. I mean, like,
yeah,
Yeah,
let's be
he
fair.
did.
What was the other big
Well, okay, no.
franchise he had? Was
Looper
was
or no Jumper.
Jumper?
He
Yeah,
was in
Jumper.
that Jumper movie, and when that horrendously flopped, he quit
Yeah.
acting and he went back to Canada, and pretty much just focused on his farm and raising his family.
Yeah.
Imagine just seeing like over time, just so many people start loving it, and then like you come back, you're like, you have to admit the original like the prequels, those
Well, he had
actors
to
coming
wait.
back.
He had to wait for the kids to grow up. The
Yes.
kids who grew up loving those movies
But I also
and be like, "What are you talking about? Like, those are great."
yes, but
They're
I also
great.
I'm also thinking like when they came back, there was also probably a moment where they were like, oh. Are we going to get the same reaction we did before? But then when everybody loves it, they were probably like, I watched the TikTok of Ewan McGregor kind of talking about how at first it was like so much hate, everything was so bad,
Yeah.
and then like
Well, the whole cast took a lot of shit, and it was. Like, let's be honest, like, the dialogue in those prequels, a lot of the dialogue, especially like the earlier one, like they can be stale. They're very
yes.
memeable. That's why
Yeah.
there's a reason why we've been memeing it for years. Like, George Lucas has never been the best when it comes to
Writing.
dialogue.
Yeah.
And those movies took it really hard because people were really expecting some shit, and for what they felt, it didn't deliver. But like I said, ended up growing up. Kids grew up with those movies, and then they grow up loving those movies, and they don't give a shit about the dialogue, whether it's cheesy or not. They want to see more of those same actors in the roles, and what they did with Obi-Wan was just fantastic.
Oh, and also how they mixed like Vader and Anakin's voices, like towards like when the mask was open, was like a chef kiss right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just like you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. It's like I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan. Like I like the scenes that we like. I just honestly really enjoyed like what they did right there.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
like honestly, I was like well, the last two questions that we're probably gonna be able to do, because we've kind of gone over our time by a whole bunch. We've been talking for 2 hours and 23 minutes. I didn't expect it to go this long, but Star Wars is amazing. So,
Yeah.
question the 14th question that I had, but I skipped a few because we'll go back to one at the end. If you could live in the Star Wars universe, which planet would you want to live on and why?
Mandalore.
Okay.
I mean, Mandalore. What, you go Mandalore now?
Like now, what era?
Mandalore now.
Like,
Like what era? Like High Republic, the New Republic.
Is that what they're called? That's what they're calling the era of the Clone Wars, right? Is the High Republic?
The
Or
Old
is that
Republic.
the era before.
I think that was the era before, because the New Republic was basically, I think. Oh, I can look that up actually.
Okay, so then high. Let's go high through pre-Empire era, because that's when Mandalore was at its peak.
like when it was thriving. You
Yep.
want to go thrive in Mandalore?
Or even post.
The High
Now
Republic.
that, especially
Now that it's getting
Post-Empire.
put back together, you're
Yeah.
like,
now
oh
that
shit.
now that they got the planet back and are going to actually rebuild their civilization.
The High Republic era
Be part of that.
spans 350 to 50 years before the Skywalker saga, and it's set
Yeah,
100
okay.
years
So
after the
definitely
fall
not
of the
high.
Old Republic. So you want to be basically the Empire area where they were just like it's a mess.
Post-Empire.
Post Empire,
So-
it's
So literally like season 3 finale of
Alright.
The Mandalorian.
that's
That's the era.
that's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. What about you, Bieber?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna take this question a little bit more in reality and say, like, 100% where I'd want to live is fucking Cloud City, baby.
Oh,
Let's like
yes.
fucking be honest, like Cloud City all the way. Like I'd be like fucking high rolling up there. But in physical reality, where I'm actually living is fucking Tatooine, and in the middle of the desert, waiting to fucking go into fucking Haji Station and shit. Just like fucking and I don't even get to like take off from that planet ever. Like nobody fucking comes to find me. I might get hassled by like some fucking stormtroopers every now and then, but other than that, that's just where like I'm living it out. Wanting to live in Cloud City, but stuck in the fucking desert.
Oh yeah. Hold on a sec. Very in Gumpire. Thanks for the follow. Sorry if I pronounced your name terribly wrong. Thanks for the follow. But I would pick Naboo. Naboo is so beautiful.
That's a beautiful place.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
not want to be a Jedi.
If I could live on an
there.
entire planet that literally just looked like Italian countryside, I would.
Like,
Yeah, why not?
honestly, like, my other choices would be, like, Coruscant, or, like, I would be too scared to go in High City because I'm scared of heights, and I just feel like I'm going to fall off somehow. I like me, like, how I trip and everything, I'm just going to fall off. I'm just going to whoop. But,
Yeah, that's a legible fear. I would
yeah,
have- I would
like,
have to
and
say
the
I stand
other
by that.
one, I think, in all honesty, is like some of the newer, like in one of them, I would maybe try to live in Kakashi. I can't say. I'm just gonna say Kakashi for some reason, but I don't know.
Ashi?
Yeah, Like the Wookiee planet, I think that would be a beautiful place to live.
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk, yes,
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk, and then like what was that beginner's planet in like Fallen Order? The one that's just like has the temple and those little dog fox creatures in.
I wouldn't know. Thieves would probably know.
Ooh,
I don't know what it's called at the moment, but I think I would live there.
I
Like
can't
just
think off the top of my head.
because it's
I don't
not
know.
like that place is beautiful and like it's like off planet. Nobody's really gonna go there unless you're like in the era of like Jedi Fallen Order, and then probably years later after everything's done, they'll leave again.
Right.
Mm.
Or you can live on Earth. That's in the outer rim, far outer rim, because Earth exists in the Star Wars canon.
I did so.
I wouldn't want to
I've
live on
never
Earth. I would be
seen.
like, nah.
That's boring.
Yeah, I know. Imagine just being on Earth and just like all this
Earth
stuff
in
is happening.
The Star Wars universe is a barren wasteland that's uninhabitable.
It's about to be in like the next couple hundred years anyway. So why are you shushing? It's the truth. All right.
We ain't talking about the truth.
All
We're
right,
talking about
all right.
Star Wars.
Yeah. But like honestly, like going back to like one of the questions, like, oh, what side would you be? I would totally want to be like on the like Jedi side, but I would kind of hope to like survive the purge. But like I know I would be killed
Yeah,
by Vader.
I mean, like, I feel like I'd be like, like I said, I'm on Tatooine. I'm dreaming of living in fucking Cloud City.
would you
Graphic
be
artist.
like, yeah,
I'm graphic artist, dude. I work for both sides, but like, yeah, secretly I'm like, yo, go fucking Jedi's. Maybe I do a little spray paint that night for you or something. But like, I ain't making it off this planet. Let's
No,
be honest
yeah.
here. Like,
But I think like,
I ain't fucking going and fight for no rebels. I'm hoping that the fucking Empire just doesn't fuck with me, and I can go on doing what I gotta do to fucking get somebody to cut me some fucking meat.
Yeah.
So that I can have a couple squares of meat every night.
The Empire had no presence on Tatooine all throughout its reign.
because there was sand
so
there.
It's not impossible.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I had to
Yeah,
say it.
I can I can make it a little bit.
The
of pie,
tattoo, you'd be like
way.
that. Yeah, I don't mean to like presume or anything, but like the way you're talking, it's like that when Ray's talking to that old woman, just a hermit style person. It's like, what's your name? And she's like Ray.
Well, I mean, I did specify that I would be living out in the middle of the
Yeah,
desert,
I was just
and it
saying
would take
you-
me a long time to get into town. I mean, I'm assuming my life would be pretty much how it is right now.
yeah, like honestly, like
I have like a fucking dog type creature that lives with me. Maybe a couple friends come out visit me every now and then. I got a family member that like is actually like fucking owning the place, and I'm kind of just like crashing there because they're like, oh yeah, that's my loser cousin, but like I just let him stick around. It's fine, don't worry about it.
honestly,
And I'm just like living my life out, and I'm like fucking growing a couple plants I probably shouldn't grow that the Empire might not like appreciate, but
true.
as
But
long as they don't fucking come and raid our little fucking humble fucking sand hut.
I like honestly like when I was like thinking about like the question about what side would you be, I honestly like the pictures I've seen like Sharky of. I thought he would be a total Mandalorian. Like he would be on the Mandalorian side, like 100%.
That is what he called. He did call that.
Well, he said. Well, yeah, I didn't really hear all of that because I had a soda explosion, but
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
which is
we
never
did.
fun.
Yeah.
But
He was very Mandalorian esque.
yeah, but I think he would be the perfect Mandalorian, like a hermit in the desert. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. But I would just think, honestly, was my way of thinking and everything. I would probably be a Jedi, like, but I would probably ultimately be killed by probably an Inquisitor, or if I was good enough, Vader, and I would just be killed like instantly.
Jesus.
It's true
Wow.
though. Vader is more powerful than anything. Like if I was a Padawan, I would be killed by Inquisitor easily because those Inquisitors are meant to take down the Padawans. But if I was like a Jedi Knight, and I was able to overpower Inquisitor too, that's when Vader comes in. And Anakin's like, he overpowers his people. Like Obi-Wan was able to know how to, like, he switched up his thing because he knew exactly how to fight, like Vader.
Mm-hmm.
But just a
Have to
random.
be forced into being a scoundrel, man.
Yeah, I would honestly
That's the most I'd get to the action.
like on.
Fucking, I'd literally just start fucking like I'd be like, all right, let's fucking hide some of this shit in here.
Well, honestly,
Let's
like
fucking
if
go.
I had to hide, I don't know, I might be like.
I'd fucking put you in my ship. Yeah, that's what
I
could
would
do.
like. I wouldn't say
If
anything.
I got a ship, then I'd be like, all right, dude, hide in here, dude. I'll fucking get you across to this place
I
in
would-
safety.
Yeah.
And then like fucking, then I'd sell you over to the Empire,
You-
make a bunch of money.
I wouldn't tell
And
you I
I'd
was a
fucking
Jedi.
be living
no.
large in Cloud City, baby. Yeah.
Like the places I would
Oh.
avoid. Like honestly, I would avoid Coruscant, Naboo. I would avoid all the major like. I would even avoid Cloud City. I would literally probably would have to go live in Tatooine.
Yeah, that's where you'd have to live, and
Yeah.
that's where I'd find you, and then you gotta get snuck off sometime.
I
Now I'm
would
selling
probably.
you.
I would probably like.
Now I'm
Find...
selling you, and I'm making all the money, and I'm Cloud City. I just fulfilled my dream.
Yeah. Well.
That's what I get for being a hermit out in fucking Tatooine. Right, I had the perfect fucking Star Wars like fucking life. This is awesome.
Apparently I'm just gonna be sold over.
I
to
mean,
the
I'm sure
Empire.
you'll be fine. Don't worry. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna like kill you or anything. You're a Jedi. You'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
You help me out, buddy.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I just like fucking Lando Calrissian. You gotta accept. that.
Lando, like if we're talking like Lando thing, doesn't he like go to Cloud City like later, like on, like during the Purge, he was nowhere near Cloud City.
During the
Probably.
Purge, Lando wouldn't probably have been born.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
no.
would've
Well,
been like
Han
a
was.
toddler.
Han was born. Well, we do see the Millennium Falcon in
Han
Episode
was
3.
supposed to be a teenager by the time of the Solo movie, and by then the Empire was pretty fresh.
I still don't understand like how he didn't know about the Force of the Jedi. He seemed old enough to kind of know about
Because
them
he
in the
lived
raw.
on Corellia.
Oh, that's true.
Corellia was a manufacturing world. The Jedi.
I
would
thought
have
that was a really fun movie, man. People talk shit about it. It's a fun movie. I mean, I
have
didn't
my
enjoy
qualms with
the what's her name, like, but I don't really enjoy.
I'm
her
really
and
mad
stuff.
that they didn't do anything else. Was the Darth Maul reveal? They didn't do anything about it. They like
No,
had
they
the end where like Darth Maul is just there, and you're like, oh my god, and then it's like all the other live action TV shows and movies, nothing. The
Yeah,
only
they
time
could have gone.
I know,
They could have gone more.
but I do have to say, like, that fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, the final fight, was a perfect like samurai ending right there. Kind of like he switched back to Qui-Gon's stance, and he was able to
Yeah,
beat.
how it went like full
Mhm.
circle.
Yeah, I think that was a great ending.
Dude, when they started having fucking Maul walk around with like the fucking spider body and shit,
Oh, that was creepy as hell.
it's so good.
I know, but that creeped me out for a while when he was like all spider-like, because I do have a rational fear of spiders, and I was like, that is creepy.
Dude, it's so good, and like that whole story was so fucking good. Like, they really like fucking like touched up on like Maul shit, and it was dope.
Oh, 100. I also did like the storyline with like Darth Maul and Obi-Wan, like them going back and forth, like that whole series in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I
Maul's
d-
invasion of Mandalore.
Oh, that was so heartbreaking. Oh man. Like like
Maul murdering Satine.
oh man, and Satine's like, I always loved you, and I was just like, no.
I also see, and that's the thing about the Clone Wars that I also love that you would never have seen in the movies, is they fleshed out Obi-Wan was more than just this stoic noble, always do the right thing.
Yeah.
hoo-ha. You also got to see that he too was a conflicted individual, because he tells Satine outright when they were younger, had she given the word, he would have turned his back on the Jedi
I thought
and gone to live out a life with her.
that line
But
alone.
she knew what that would have meant for the both of them.
Yeah.
So she held back.
But that line was so perfect. It's like,
Right.
when
And the
like,
way James delivers it.
uh,
Oh,
oh man, like
chef kiss.
they're like in the bomb area, the bomb, and then like that kind of the scene kind of gets a little bit ruined with Anakin just stabbing the guy in like the chest, but I thought that was like the most beautiful like
I
moment.
I thought that was a pretty
I thought it was
comedically justice.
yeah.
Comedic justice. That's the
I
word.
I love that scene, but I was just like, oh, that kind of like like Anakin heard probably all of that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, but like Satine's like admitting her feelings, and Obi-Wan's like, oh man, that the way he said it, I had to say was perfect. It's
Sure.
like, oh man, I was just like, and then like the invasion of Mandalore, and then Satine was just like Obi-Wan's like, you can destroy me, but I'll never join the dark side, kind of basically. And
Yeah.
then Maul tried to use the death of Satine to ultimately break Obi-Wan, and that I think that showed Obi-Wan's character 100%, showing that he's lost almost everything. Like when he gets to Episode 4, that man has lost everything.
Right.
He's lost his order. He's lost his father figure. He's lost his basic brother. Basically, he's lost his love. He's lost both of them because he did like when he was younger. I read some of the Jedi training stuff of Obi-Wan. He did like another Jedi. I don't know.
Which is not canon anymore.
It's
but yeah,
is it
I
not?
remember what you're talking about.
What?
Yeah. No, it's legacy. No.
Oh, I
It's
hate
Legends.
that. But
Legends, yeah.
but I think like Obi-Wan being shown like humility and all that during the Clone Wars and all that, I think that helped his character a lot. Because
Yeah.
just being noble and like a so high up character is like, oh, that's fine. But fleshing out his character, showing the pain, the loss, and suffering, and the way he was able to Maul and just be like comforting his worst enemy that he's had, the one that took away his master, his love, and just to gently, hold him and just be nice.
Yeah.
I think that was like the perfect thing.
Bringing him peace in the final moments
Yeah.
of his life.
I thought that was class. I was just like, that's rising above everything.
It was very poetic.
Yeah, that's what I think. I like Obi-Wan just shown. Oh man, I don't know what to say. Obi-Wan has that made me love Obi-Wan 100 times better. That's why I think he's one of my favorite characters.
He is definitely.
And
one
he's
of
not the
top
strongest
characters.
Jedi. He's like more the weaker Jedi, but he was able to stand tall against Darth Maul, Darth Vader. He was able to face during some of his like the hardest challenges of his life. He came above it.
Yep.
He's never truly really lost a duel at times. Like some of the duels is like he was overcome with emotions when like
Strategic loss,
Yeah.
maybe, but not truly
Yeah.
lost.
I'm just saying like that final battle was like Vader. If he wanted to live, he probably could have lived, but he knew he had to make a sacrifice. So I think that was the ultimate decision he made. He was like, I have to sacrifice myself here. I'm not making it off this Death Star.
Well, if we were, the truth of it being that Obi-Wan had finally fulfilled his purpose.
I understand but I also like if Alec Guinness didn't like hate Star Wars and like was more into it, I think we would have had a lot more like of Luke and Obi-Wan training a bit more.
Yeah, who knows?
That's what I think, but who knows honestly. Second to last question. Which Star Wars ship or vehicle is your favorite and why?
You go ahead and answer first.
Man, most iconic, I would say Millennium Falcon. And I think, just growing up with that, have a love for it.
Yeah.
But newer, like I really like, the repurposed Naboo fighter.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Hot Rod N1.
Yeah, Like, I mean, like you really can't beat that. I mean, like, yeah, it's a fucking tight fit, and they like he's like traveling far distance with him and Grogu in there and shit. But they make it work, and that thing is fucking dope, dude.
It is really cool, I have to admit.
Yeah.
But the ship I like the most, um, it's from the Jedi Fallen Order one. It's the one that they had. I'm just the Mantis. I think that was my favorite, honestly. The Millennium Falcon has my heart, but the Mantis is like I think I really liked it.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
What about you, Sharky?
I am going to have to say the Fire Spray 31 class patrol and attack path. Or for those who aren't nerdy, to be PC, Boba Fett's starship.
All right. Oh yes. Oh, that ship is so cool. Uh, Thank you for the follow. Perfect breastplate. Okay.
A lot of interesting names coming in tonight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Uh, Boba Fett's ship was actually so cool. I have to admit.
Yeah.
I wanted to fly that thing, honestly.
Mm.
The way it just like and the way it landed and the way it just flew when it was like when you first see
Everything about it, from how it looks, the engine noise, the gunfire noise, how it's piloted, and like you were saying, the way it lands and the way it flies, everything about it is fantastic.
I know, man. It is so good. I don't know, but I do have to say my heart probably does belong to the Millennium Falcon or the X-wing.
It's hard not to. It's truly hard not to.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which, I highly enjoyed, and I wish that it was more popular. Was that fucking Star Wars VR fly the fucking ships in like a fucking deathmatch battle game? It was so good when like people were
Squadron?
playing it.
Yeah, Squadron.
Yeah, Squadron.
Oh, it
When
had a
people
VR
were
mode.
playing it,
Like, there's so much they
Oh,
could
yeah.
have done with it, but they bound themselves to this certain idea. And I think in the end, outside of a few other things, that's what really squashed it.
It had a
in the
VR
end.
mode.
It towards the end of its life, it had VR support. Yeah.
Oh
no, it came out. It came out with VR.
Oh, Squadron did have VR.
If they we're talking about the same one.
Are you talking about like Star Wars Battlefront where they did the Death Star run?
No, I'm talking
Okay.
about like it was. I thought it was Squadron. It came out like just like not that long ago.
It had to be
And it
Squadron.
was, Gosh, what is it? I have it in my Epic.
Then it's probably Squadron. Oh my god.
I think it's Squadron. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
VR. It was VR the whole way, and then you could play it without VR too.
Yeah.
But like in VR, like I mean, you're like sitting in the ships and you're flying at like, Mach speeds and going around like these battlefields that are like torn up, and I highly enjoyed it, and I hope they do something more like that because it was a very fun being inside these ships, like flying TIE fighters, flying fucking X-wings and A-wings and all of that, and they were very fun and a very fun game, and I hope they do more VR stuff.
Have
like
you
that.
guys played Vader Immortal?
Yes, I have the first 2 episodes. I never finished it with the third one. I
Oh,
don't
the
think.
third one is actually really good.
I'm sure it is.
I haven't played it, but I watched Wiz play it for a while when he was playing it.
Did he finish it?
I do not know.
Because I remember watching it, but I'm not sure if I ever watched him finish it. I let Wiz, use my account for that one. I wanted him to play it, and I was like, here, just use it. I wasn't using VR at the moment, so I was just like, here.
They've done some really cool stuff with VR.
Yeah.
I gotta say. With Star Wars in VR.
Oh my god, I need to play that. This like the new VR thing that came out, like the Jedi thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's like I don't know, but it looks cool. But I do want to fly a ship in VR of Star Wars. That would be the most coolest thing ever.
Oh man, I like there's the problem is there's nobody playing it anymore, and you can only like you could play if you have multiple people who want to do like the ship runs, and I always wanted to be
Yeah.
like, dude, if I could find like a group of people who want like 6 people who want to play this game, I think you needed to like fly these like crazy like iconic like battles like and go through there. Like you could do it against the AI and stuff, but other than that, like you can't get on the servers anymore.
Oh
Like
man.
because they
Yeah.
just like nobody's playing the game. So
Like I
Not
also
only
want to
that,
play that.
I think EA gave up and shut the servers down for that.
I'm
yeah,
still
they might have.
mad what EA did to Star Wars Battlefront 2. They like
Yeah.
shut down all work on it to work on Battlefront 2042, and that game just I don't know.
Battlefield is a I'm not gonna get into the semantics of video game creation and all
Yeah,
that.
let's not.
And AAA companies who keep shooting themselves in the foot. That is an entire podcast for another day.
Tune in to. I'm just kidding. I haven't made
Phantom
schedule.
Foxcast, Rage of the AAA Titles Edition.
Oh, you gave me the perfect name, but I don't know when to do that.
Why?
Oh,
You flesh that out and we can come back and we can have this discussion.
You said you had one more, right? You got one more question.
I was gonna go back to which Star Wars spin-off media, books, comics, TV show, etc. Do you recommend to fans looking to explore the universe further?
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, I think
Either
Clone
one.
Wars and I think you start with what I had mentioned was the
Yeah,
original
start with the Samurai
animated.
Jack one and then move over to the actual
Yeah.
canon.
And
CG
skip the movie
cartoon. Skip the
because
movie.
yeah, you don't need the
Because
movie.
the
Please
movie's
skip
what
the
starts
movie.
it, but the movie has no.
The movie
pivotal plot point to the
introduces
rest of the
Ahsoka.
series.
No, and it will just upset you
I know.
unless you're like you know not watch like 10 years old and not supposed to be listening.
I was
to
like
this.
10 years
So-
old when I watched it.
I don't know, but skip the movie and just go start with the original animated cartoon and then go on to the Clone Wars.
I would say watch the clip of Ahsoka being introduced to Anakin to understand why she's in the part of Anakin, like the Clone Wars where she's with Anakin and all that.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
it-
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
at least just understand that yeah, she exists.
Yes.
I think you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
understand why she's here and then go. From
But I think
Yeah,
the
I really don't want to upset you with like and like get into like honestly, I could sit here for a whole podcast and tell you why that movie is just terrible. So
The
let's
Phantom
not
Fox
do
cast.
that.
the
Let's not
terror
do
of the
that.
Clone Wars movie.
Let's not do that and just skip
Phantom
that one
Fox
and
Cast
go on.
Paper Rant Edition.
And that's definitely what I would say. If you want to expand into a place that maybe you wouldn't think to go first, you know,
Yeah.
um,
100%.
as opposed to just like watching the movies.
I would agree with you, Clone Wars, but I would also suggest you read the Vader comic books.
I've heard they're good. I don't.
They
think I've
they
read those.
expand into the story of Vader. They even expand into how Vader finds out about Luke, how like they hid like Padme's, like you know how she was like they hide all that. They go back to like Naboo. They go to the crypt. You kind of see some people come back. I don't know all of it. I just know that's a good one to read, and I think some of the books are the new some of the new canon books. The Brothership I've heard is really good.
I've heard really good things about that. And I was
And
thinking about picking it up, but I did not yet.
if you also want to know more about what happens in the new Jedi Survivor and why everything's kind of different, there's actually a book that takes place in the 5 years that kind of explains everything that happens. I don't know the name at the moment, but I think that would be a good idea to check it out if you're playing the game and you need to understand all the stuff that's happened. But they do kind of explain, like, kind of in the...
It kind of like ties up some ends.
Yes.
That are game.
Yes, 100%. I and I would suggest going the High Republic and Old Republic because there is some characters in the new game that come from those era.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna explain on. They showed it in the trailer, but I'm not gonna explain more. I don't do spoilers
So
unless
one final thing I have to say.
yes.
One final thing.
I got a few
Give us
things.
Darth Revan, you cowards.
What?
Darth Revan.
Oh yeah, Darth Revan. Yeah, 100.
Oh, one thing that I did enjoy, which I believe I don't know, does it probably maybe falls under Legends now, but the Death Troopers. If you,
Death Troopers exist now, right? Or they're called
It-
Purge Troopers.
well, no.
I'm
The
just
the
talking
book,
about
Oh, the
book.
book. Yeah.
Black Wing.
Death Troopers,
Oh,
which turns into a Han Solo Chewbacca romp before, like, taking place right before A New Hope, where they end up on this prison barge, and this prison barge comes out, and they find the Star Destroyer just like stalled out in the middle of fucking space, in the middle of nowhere, and then their engine stalls, so they go over there for help, and it turns out there's been like fucking science experiments going on there, and there's fucking stormtroopers that are just fucking living dead, and it's amazing.
I have a bad thing to say. It is not in canon. It is canon to Legends.
Yeah, I figured they pushed it there now,
However,
but it is so good.
However, that stormtrooper helmet at the end of season 3 of The Mandalorian in the bar.
Mm.
That stormtrooper helmet, that with like that kind of looked like a zombie trooper helmet.
Oh yeah.
They emphasized that in the shot for a reason. That
I
seemed
Mm.
I think Disney is trying to bring in some of the Legends stuff to make it kind of
oh,
work.
it's not Disney. It's probably John and
It's
Dave.
John
and all the
Favreau.
other
Yeah.
Like
writers.
they're
Yeah.
picking and choosing what they want, and
Dave-
that's a
Dave
really
and
good
John are
place. That would be a
Dave
really
and
good
John are
place to do it.
notorious
Like,
for doing that.
honestly, for expanding stories though, that like that book, if you have not read it, it is fantastic.
I would probably also say if you're gonna watch the Ahsoka show, go check out Heir to the Empire. It kind of I think it'll have some loose ties to it, not a lot because it's canon. Like it's not canon anymore as Legends, but I think it would also help you kind of understand the new Thrawn threat because they literally.
Well, I mean, in the Ahsoka trailer, she literally refers to him as heir to the Empire.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, just in case, you know, if they brought it all
Yeah,
back to canon, just like yeah, that's great. But I don't think all of it's gonna be canon. I'm just saying, if you want to check it out, kind of understand a bit of what they're going for.
Right.
But other than that, I have to say, we're kind of done with the questions. I do. We do have. I am planning the next podcast to be all Zelda themed, and I'm not sure if you guys
Oh, that'll be fun.
if you guys are interested, but I want to make the first request to you guys first.
I'm not too familiar with Zelda, but I for sure would be along for the ride.
Yeah.
I am a huge Zelda fan from when I was a kid. I played obviously the first Zelda a lot. I hated the second Zelda.
Adventures
the
of
third
Link.
Zelda is one of my favorite ones. Link to the Past.
Oh God, I love Link to the Past.
I have recently been playing that, and I've been playing it with they did somebody made a backwards rewrite of it, and it's fantastic.
Have
and
you
just, like,
played-
add your own sprites to it, and
Yeah.
and it's great.
Have you played Link Between
I've
Worlds?
played almost every Zelda game that I could get my hands on. and
But
I
have you
love
played
Zelda.
Link Between Worlds?
Link Between Worlds is fantastic.
I think that
have
was one of my
like,
favorite
on my
games.
3DS. It's so good.
Yes.
It's so good. Yeah, as far as older ones, and it was a direct sequel to A Link to the Past too. And it's just like 3D graphics, like it was the best game. This is the reason why I have a 3DS.
Yeah, I had.
So good.
My top
yeah.
top Zelda games.
I'm a huge Zelda fan
Yeah,
for sure.
my top Zelda games are like Breath of the Wild,
Waker.
Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Link Between Worlds, and Link to the Past. Skyward Sword is up there, kind of, but like, I do kind of get frustrated with the controls on the Switch a little bit, and I heard the Wii was
I-
10 times worse.
Yeah, I tried it with the update with the Switch and stuff, and like yeah, I had it with the Wii. It was never my favorite one.
But the
You know.
storyline is really good. The story, if you just follow the story and like watch all the information, it's amazing story, amazing music, but like the controls absolutely make you want to scream.
Also enjoyed the Dynasty Warrior, the Hey Rule Warrior
Fellas,
ones.
fellas, save it for the
But,
podcast.
you know.
Well,
It
yeah,
happens.
but we're letting us ourselves cook, and then they're like, "Oh, we need more," because
We need more of this Zelda talk.
yes, but this
Zelda,
is
tell me more. Find out more next time.
yes, and we will next time on the Phantom Fox cast. Oh man, I kind of want to do it like like Clone Wars style, like next time on the Clone,
Yeah, you got to do it and edit before you post it.
Yeah, but next week, our main talking points are going to be like what are your some of the Zelda memories, and we are also probably going to talk about Funimation, like the not Funimation, but like the ultimation of what this new game is probably going to come down to be and what's going to be involved. And I've already had like we can talk about theories or whatever. So if you guys are interested, I would say come check us out. Same time. I don't know if daylight saving times is having any time soon. I live in Arizona,
I
so
don't know either. You're fucking
I think-
I thought we got rid of that.
Arizona doesn't do it. So I don't know where.
Yeah,
you
I know you guys don't. You guys are like smart. It's California.
Except like in like the where the Indian reservations are here, they don't do it. They follow daylight savings time.
What?
Yeah, there's like little parts of our state that actually do follow daylight
I
savings
mean, like
time.
I understand why, but it's so.
It
so
is.
stupid.
It is. So
So
it's,
like literally, if you like pass into the Indian reservation, they're like, no, it's an hour ahead here.
yeah.
Oh
Like
my
I think
God.
right now there it's
That's so
11
crazy.
o'clock at night. Right now it's just 10 o'clock for me.
No. It's because daylight savings is we're on sync right now.
Yeah, but I think they're on mountain time, not mountain standard time like Arizona. They're on like Utah time. Utah, I don't know. It's
Okay.
time zones are weird. I hate them, but
That doesn't make it any. Okay, whatever.
all my friends are like whiz,
This has been
emo,
fun
and all that.
Now I'm highly like really confused.
I know, right? But like everybody, like Sharky's all like they're like 2 hours ahead of me. I think, right?
Yeah, no, time is crazy.
I think Sharky's like 2 hours ahead, right?
Yeah, it's 101 for me right now.
I could have ended it earlier if you needed to go to bed earlier, dude.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got
I'm
like
not
2
going
more
to bed after
hours.
this.
Oh,
Even
that's
now,
right.
I'm
You're
gonna hop
you're
in and
up
get the
until like
dubs.
you're up for a while.
I'm up
sometimes.
for a few more hours.
Yeah, I just gotta
because
let the
they're probably
dogs
gonna hop
run
on
for a
Fortnite
minute.
here
Maybe
after
grab.
this.
I'm gonna go grab dinner in a minute. Eat my sloppy joes, maybe.
Yeah, dude, your sloppy joes have been sitting there for like 3 hours, dude. Go get sloppy joes, bro.
I've been enjoying time. Like this is actually
No, I've
really
enjoyed.
fun.
We've all enjoyed it too, but like 3 hours, dude. You let those sloppy
Oh,
joes sit, man. Those are
Especially
some
with like
cold
diabetes
joes
and all that.
now, dude. You gotta reheat that shit.
You know.
Frojo at this point.
All right. I'm playing.
Yeah, go eat. We're probably gonna play in Fortnite if you want to update it on your PS and help us get some dubs.
All right. I'm just playing some outro music of the epic Force celebration. And I wish you all. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, but I wish you all a great rest of your day. And if you're watching on YouTube, I wish you a great rest of your night, day, or whatever you're doing. And I hope you enjoy. And we'll see you next Thursday, the 11th.
Happy belated Life Day.
Yes. And may the force be with you all. I'm gonna mute for a minute and then just kind of play the outro for a little bit.